Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
Today we're giving out awards. Last episode we gave out fake awards. Y'all enjoyed it. We appreciate everybody that showed the support. But today we're doing the official NBA awards, the MVPs of the league, the Rookie of the Years, the all defensive 2 teams. For some reason, still 2 teams. We got a lot to get to today. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. How we feeling today?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
I'm loving the white. He
Yeah,
brought out the White Sox hat this time.
I was about to take my hat off. I can't even do it.
You scruffy over there?
I'm struggling.
Okay.
When you got a bad hair day, your hair not bad though. It still just look fine.
Hey, I appreciate the glaze.
Appreciate the
I remember he said that last time we was at the studio. It's just a funny thing to say.
Appreciate the glaze.
I'm doing pretty good though. It was a good morning. Woke up early and I got the day started.
What you eat?
I went to first watch again.
And that's becoming your Tuesday, Saturday routine now.
They were in my stream saying that I gotta go now. Since you said it was valid.
That bacon, egg, and cheese is valid. So I definitely.
Is it only sit down, or can you order out if you wanted to?
You can order out if you want to, but I was up early. I got there at 9, so might as well just sit down.
I feel like waking up early is definitely a blessing when you got to do like an early shoot.
Yeah, I had to get eggs. I didn't want to leave the wifey and the baby without breakfast, so I had to go get eggs. So I was like, shit, I'm up. I'm not finna, I'll just go.
Yeah. I feel that. What about you, P?
Nothing much, chilling. Tired.
You tired?
Tired as hell, but you know, we here. Feel like if I stay up all night and play the game, my body's just like, you know what, we ready. If I go to bed early and get my rest, I still be tired as if I was up all night. I went to bed early.
I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I stay up all night playing the game, I feel disgruntled in the morning. Like I just
that makes sense. But I don't know.
Because you also be losing while you be staying up late.
That's true.
I went to bed early last night and I still feel like
Don't they say the circadian rhythm is 48 hours? So if you tired today, then that means two nights ago was the problem.
maybe. I
made that up. I don't know.
No, I also
That
read
sounds
somewhere
about
that your
right.
body your body's like
It's
a bank.
cumulative.
Yeah, like so you could have had a week of staying up late, but just because you got one night of sleep, your body ain't caught up yet.
Yeah, you can't make up. Yeah, it's hard to make up sleep.
You know what determines whether I feel good in the morning or not?
Water.
This right here. You drink 3 of these a day, you feel real good the next morning.
You think 3 is enough? Or you seen that size
Or is
cup?
that 3 of
This
those
size.
equivalent to a gallon?
This is 40 ounces. So we get 120 ounces a day.
Because these little plastic water bottles right here, they don't do shit for
Yeah,
me.
what's that, 18.9s?
I'll be running through those
water
and I'll
bottle
go
at
piss
home.
and be like, what the hell?
I got like a big thermos one that I use at home, and I be mad when I have to refill it because it be taking like 15 minutes.
To refill that?
Not actually 15
I was about to say
minutes.
15
If
minutes.
What the hell?
What is it, one drip at a time?
No, but I have like the dispenser, like the
Yeah.
little dispenser, so it only does so much at a time.
Okay.
So I be mad when I have to wait my little 5 minutes.
I feel that. But it take 5 minutes to fill that, or you mean like one of these that KB get?
It's like one of those that KB.
Okay.
It might even be a little bit bigger than that, honestly.
Oh,
It
shit.
was. It's a
He
big
said
one.
his
It's
shit
like a
bigger than
camper
yours.
one.
For real.
I drink a lot of water in the middle of the night, too.
A little bigger or a lot bigger?
I'll bring it next time.
You ain't got to do all that. Go up here making noise and shit with that big ass thing.
Hey, it's nice.
Because if it's bigger than that, then I mean it's big as hell.
It is big. It's hell.
Can we please, let's get into Drop the Mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. Today's Drop the Mic, presented by Toyota, is what were you wrong about this season?
Oh, man, a lot. A lot.
Yeah, what type of questions?
When you do this job 2 times a week and you got another show, you got a YouTube channel, you're going to give a lot of predictions. And unfortunately, people only remember the ones that are wrong.
Yeah,
You know?
I wasn't more so talking about.
What didn't I get wrong?
I was more so I'm more so talking about the ones that in your mind you kind of remind yourself of, like,
I mean,
damn, I was wrong about
my
that.
biggest miss is the Suns. The Suns have just had like the worst season ever, bro. considering what expectations were, considering the talent that is at the top of that team, for them to not even be playing to get into the postseason is crazy as hell. It ain't like Kevin Durant missed 70 games. It ain't like Devin Booker missed 70 games. Not only did I think they were going to be good in the regular season, damn it, my bold prediction was they going to finish top 3 in the West. They were number 11.
But you know what?
Well, last year they finished like 5th or something.
Yeah, they were good last year.
They were solid.
They were underwhelming last year, but still good.
Yeah.
This year, everything just imploded, and it's really, really bad.
But you know what, though? I was thinking about them, too. And I remember at the end of their playoffs, I was like, the writing was kind of on the wall for them. Like, they didn't really have the best season, whether Bradley Beal was kind of there or not. And we knew about, like, the defensive struggles. We knew about the team fit. But still, we just look at the talent, and we're like, they should be better.
But you got to remember where we were. They had 0 point guards all last year. They brought in 2 no-turnover pass-first guys in Monte Morris and Tyus Jones. Last year, we agreed that the coaching decisions weren't the greatest. They got the best available coach on the market, and Coach Bud, who has always in his career been a floor raiser for a team. His first year, you see the teams get 12 wins better, 15 wins better. So in my mind, you add all of those together, you think about what Bud Ball is, or you think about the three-point shot. Hell, your boy Yusuf Nurkic started off the season shooting a lot of threes. It just made sense to me in real time.
They started off good as well.
They were 9-1,
really
right?
good,
Or something like that. It just made sense to me that they were going to be a good regular season team. And again, they were like one of the worst seasons of all time, considering the expectations and the players on the team.
Yeah, I think one thing I was wrong about was like the Clippers. I definitely was like, without Kawhi, because he was going to miss a big chunk of the season at the beginning, and I was just like, I feel like it's going to be hard for James Harden to really carry this team. But then everybody literally elevated and got better. Zubac got better. Norman Powell got better. Chris Dunn had a great year. Derrick Jones Jr. was a great addition. They literally had a whole collective of guys all improve, and like they're now like the 5th or 6th seed out west. That I did not expect that. I thought for sure this team would have been down there like in the 10-9 range without having Kawhi for most of the season, but they've definitely exceeded expectations, and they've put themselves in a great position out west.
Yeah, that's a good one. Because I was just going through our old over-under episode. I think we all took the under on the Clippers for that reason alone, just not knowing what Kawhi is going to look like. Obviously, Paul George just moved teams if we remember where we were, what mind frame we were in October. It just made sense for them to be an under team, but that shows you good coaching, great star player in James Harden. I mean, basically 2 MIP candidates for what it's worth, with Norman Powell jumping up and then Zubac looking so good. I mean, they exceeded all expectations. I don't even know. I remember, so I did my prediction videos, and I think I had the Clippers as like the 11th seed. And I brought that to the podcast, and you said it. Well, James Harden don't miss the playoffs.
You don't.
And I was like, this might be the year. It's not the year.
I remember that because you had to pick somebody to fall out, and I picked the Warriors, which wouldn't have been a bad pick, but they got Jimmy Butler. And so it got all kind of turned around right there.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I was wrong about. The Warriors ended up being good, but I was under the impression that they were going to be good before the Jimmy Butler thing. I was extremely high on them. I think the Paul George acquisition I was wrong on.
I think
we all took over.
Yeah.
That episode, when we talked 76ers, we talked for like 30 seconds. It was like, consistency's over. Because last year they were 24-6 without Joel Embiid, whatever the number was. Or with Joel Embiid, they were something, almost unfuckwittable with Joel Embiid. And he just played the Olympics, and we were like, he'll be all right. And obviously that wasn't the case.
I was wrong about the trade deadline. I was bracing myself to maybe not have an as popping trade deadline. It ended up being the greatest trade deadline of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say those things.
I was wrong about
trade,
the Giddey trade.
Okay.
Wrong about the
I
Giddey
will
trade.
say at the beginning of the season, you looked right. Eventually, Giddey really started to turn it on, and then it was like, oh, shit. Maybe
now he's going to make $30 million a year.
One thing I was definitely significantly wrong was with our Orlando Magic's offense.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that offense would have been much better with a leap from France, Paolo, KCP addition, being able to at least provide some space, and he didn't provide any space. And Paolo and Franz missed 20-plus games each.
That one was out of control.
Jalen Suggs also missed damn near most of the season.
Yeah.
So it was like everything that could have went wrong for this team. So I guess, yeah, like you said, it was completely out of control. Like, I couldn't even predict that.
I also thought the Bucks was finna just be on some
bullish,
dog shit.
yeah.
Me and you had we had the Giannis
It's
shit. He been hooping.
It's really
he been
Giannis.
hooping.
It's
Yeah,
really Giannis.
But I just feel like they was gonna have like some crazy bounce back, strong year. I kind of feel like how the Pacers year has been. I kind of thought the Bucks would kind of have. I thought there was even a world where like the Bucks could be better than the Knicks, even with the Knicks making those moves. And yeah, it didn't
seemed
click.
It seemed like yesterday the Pacers.
It's still scary.
Pacers kind of decided that we gonna sit our guys because we feel very content on playing the Bucks in the first round.
I don't know how much they could have done either, though, because I think
y'all losing and them losing essentially made y'all clinch. But if they would have played their guys and won, y'all would have been tied.
It would have went down to the last game.
Do we have the tiebreak over them, or do they have the tiebreak over us?
I don't know, but I know it would have. Sunday would have really mattered for both teams.
Yeah, and now none of it matters. So
none of it matters
now.
now.
Thing matters.
Okay.
Everybody know my Zubac mitts.
I'm glad you acknowledge it.
I showed
You wasn't even wrong, though.
What you mean?
You was like, you wasn't even a miss.
You know what,
that
though?
was like some
You know what,
bullshit.
though?
I don't know because he had chances to not. You kind of was like, it wasn't like, oh, I don't think he that good.
You like quadrupled down
Yeah,
at one point.
you doubled. Yeah, you quadrupled down. You brought in crazy examples, and then it was like
the disrespect was crazy.
Yeah, it was
disrespect was
disrespectful.
crazy. I did my homework.
It's one thing to make.
And he did get a lot. Like it was crazy in the moment, but it looks even crazier now because Zoo is really, really good.
I mean, I'm showing him love for the stuff we got going, the stuff we're doing later. But
it was crazy though, because you ain't had to do all you did.
The Nick Richards.
Yeah,
yeah, you was.
And you know what's the crazy thing?
It took you a couple weeks to be like.
I'm not gonna say hey. I dislike Nick Richards in that Suns jersey now too.
and it was funny. You were picking Nick Richards. He wasn't even a starter
On
for
a bad
his team.
Yeah.
Another thing I was wrong about, Houston Rockets. Not like in no disrespectful way, but I also had them like trying to figure out where they would be in the overall landscape of the Western Conference. When you think about, before the season started, we all expected the Grizzlies to be back in the mix, and they were. Chris Paul went to the Spurs, and people were like, oh, that might be a play-in team. And I was like, this young Houston Rockets team.
I think they would have been if Vic didn't get hurt.
I don't know.
I think they could have.
I mean, somebody could have caught the Dallas
Suns
Mavericks.
and the Dallas, or the Dallas. I hate when I be doing that.
The OKC.
If they caught the Suns and the Mavericks.
Yeah, it was possible. And then the Pelicans, right? So I was just like, where do the Rockets fit?
Yeah.
And I think I also had them outside looking in or something like that. And obviously they're the fucking 2 seed. So good. Everybody's fighting and they could just rest guys. We don't care about these games. We cool. So yeah, that was a big miss for sure.
I don't know what I feel like I was probably wrong about the Heat as well. I probably thought they would have been much better. Also didn't predict the Jimmy Butler turmoil.
Let's see.
I did not know Jimmy Butler and then
Knicks whole tiebreak over Pacers. Shout out to Devon.
The Heat, you did go over. I went over with a lock. So we talk about misses. I locked it.
I don't really feel like I ever.
What was me and Mike?
Under. Y'all both went under.
I just came out and said this, but I was really questioning like just the fit, I guess, with Ron Holland and Sar Thompson, and I guess it's still in the air. But like, I like what I see on the court from what.
Me too. I didn't like Ron Holland with them. I didn't really like him at the start of his rookie campaign. But I didn't go out and verbally publicize it because I was being
I think it's
patient
just
with a
something
young
to think
player.
about when it's just you need shooting and spacing, especially for Cade, and it's just like you wonder how that's gonna work out, but they get after it.
They made it work. Are you the next week? Are you gonna ask the exact opposite, or can we talk about that now?
You can talk about it now.
What were like your best takes or best predictions of the season?
I mean, I don't know
Jimmy
if y'all.
Butler, De'Aaron Fox trade.
I
am my own source.
You were saying, you did say even way before the trade deadline that De'Aaron Fox you did say that.
Shout out to Christian. He clipped that. Who my source? My damn self. Retrospect. That was a roll of thing.
When we were doing our, I think, mid-season predictions, or maybe it was how the standings were going to end up. I said the East is just going to stay exactly how it was, and it basically did for the most part.
Yeah, I think I also said the Kings, it would be hard for them to really exceed what they were really expected to do. Like it felt like the West was going to get better, and they would be that team that's kind of just stuck down where they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was extremely high on the Cavs. Don't know if I had them number 1 in the East, but I think I was like, man, they almost won 50 games. All the injuries, they gonna crush whatever they did. Right. So that ended up bouncing back. I was still had high faith in my Knicks. My Knicks had a good season. I mean, even though we was 0-10 against some top teams.
Bro, y'all wanted that last night win so bad. So bad.
Hey, I was right about them Nets.
Yes, you were. That might be your best one. Because they were 20 and a half.
No, it was 18
and a half, and they had 26.
So, yeah.
And that was with them basically shutting everybody down left to right. So that's
I was right about this damn draft class and everybody acting like they love all of a sudden.
I don't know if I had any hits this year.
In the draft?
No, I mean just like good predictions.
Oh,
You had to have.
No, I'm sure I do, but I just don't know
you
what
didn't have
what
any
it is.
predictions on Modest?
No.
No. You just
I mean, I was just hopeful because he plays for my team, but I ain't had no predictions, I would say. I didn't think he was going to be
You
the white
stopped doing
Larry Bird.
your yearly Kings prediction where you're like, they're going to be good.
Oh, yeah, that fell
Once
off.
they made the playoffs, right?
Yeah, that was it. I was over it. Who's going to be that team for me now? I mean, it was the Hawks again for like 3 of the last 4 years. I was like, this is the Hawks' year, and they always just end up at the same record
I
every
think I
single year.
said this too when we were doing maybe some with trades. I said I wanted Trae Young to leave the Hawks or like maybe request a trade or they trade him away. I don't feel like that no more. I'm actually kind of conflicted because I feel like he fits.
I remember you was conflicted.
I feel like it's a little bit with the Devin Booker thing. Like I could see him being there for the Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think about it like he's one of those other dudes. It's like they haven't really put that much around him.
So this is my question when we get
when
to
the Luka
that.
Doncic thing happened, he tweeted that he was never going to leave.
Yeah.
I kind of was like, I feel like Trae Young probably won't leave
I
by
don't
his
think
own
he
accord
will
either.
But I look around, it's just like they're going to probably have to draft just straight up well around him,
Which
or
they have
maybe
done.
luck around the
They have
star.
done. You just got to be a little patient. But Jalen
Yeah.
Johnson, Richard
really-
Shea looks solid. Double Low has his little moments
What's
still.
they draft? I should have looked at what they draft picks looking like because I know they had to give up some for
They
DeJounte.
the pick
They
that
don't
they
own their pick.
their own pick is going to the
Yeah,
Spurs.
it goes to
Yeah.
Spurs.
But the way that the Kings pick is protected to them, it might convey, and it might be like the 14th overall pick this year, something
Which
along
I
those lines.
like. Rasheer Fleming. There you go. Atlanta Hawks. But the thing with him is like, where does he go?
I know.
yeah.
The only team you like, the Magic, can use a point guard that can score.
And I think they're going to be trying to get LaMelo. Because he is like writing on the wall, makes no
Just
sense.
because they want the tall.
And it also
they like the tall
Yeah,
players.
they do.
We don't want nobody that's 6'4" or shorter. Sorry, Trey.
But I think Trae Young also just fits that team so well. All those guys, they honestly, like, they essentially, like, need him. Like, he is, like, literally the engine of everything that's going on over there. Zachary Richardson is such a great player next to him. I think Jalen Johnson also is a great player next to him. Dyson Daniels. He also takes the ball out of his hands sometimes, but also he's good off the ball. Onyeka's a good lob. Like, they literally, the way they've drafted as if they're, like, building talent around him that complements him.
That you got to keep hitting slowly and steady.
Yeah.
If they get the 14th pick, you got to just keep hitting and be a little patient, be
They've
smart
been,
with
they've
your
been
little
very
off-season
consistent
moves.
with their draft picks.
And yeah, some stars to line up.
This like a
They will
ahead of
need
the
another
future.
star though. You look at the Eastern Conference.
If you
it's
go into
duos.
next year and they end up in the same spot,
Hey, I would bet money they end up in the same spot next year, for real.
Yeah, what would you think otherwise for them to be?
They would have to do something
I
dramatic.
mean,
Think about the Eastern
Unless
Conference.
Jalen Johnson
I
takes a
think
big
you-
leap, that
That's-
would be like the one thing. That
But
could
even
really
if he takes
be
a big
hopeful.
leap, think about the Eastern Conference. This is a down year because the Philadelphia 76ers were absolutely banged up.
honestly,
but
don't even know how to project.
you expect
now.
the Cavs, the Celtics, the Knicks, the Pacers, the Bucks, at the bare minimum,
The
that
Sixers,
five to
though.
be good. And the Sixers.
In the Sixers.
Yeah, I'm going to give them that. But it's like, you never really know. I
You
guess.
have to expect it.
Yeah,
You just
I
have
That
to.
they would be
expected-
better
Every
than
new
them.
year. Did you name the Pistons?
No, because there's a world where they're not as good next year.
But
I'm saying those 5 teams are locked to be really good next year.
Even if the Pistons ain't really good, they ain't going to be ass like they
No,
was
for sure.
at 28.
Yeah, no,
so they
not at
still
all.
in consideration. So it's like,
But I'm just like, I just know that like we were really high on the young Orlando Magic, and then they had a down year. Like that's part of the progression in my mind. And I'm just
Yeah.
saying that the Pistons could have that.
but
maybe
I'm saying
not.
even in a down year, the Magic are still
They're
around where the Hawks
41,
are.
yeah, 41.
So where do the Hawks take this crazy ass jump? And even down years for teams is still the territory.
As Risha say,
They can be back. I mean, they could be better, but I think they just have to be patient. And ain't nothing wrong with being patient. I
gotta
think
be patient.
franchises are getting fucked up by thinking that they have to have a Pistons leap.
it just really is if Trae Young is willing to be patient
Yeah.
with you. That's all.
Yeah.
Yep. And if he is,
Yeah.
Then
don't
that's-
rush it. You already rushed it with the DeJounte thing. And you see how that bit you back.
Yeah.
So learn your lesson. And like the puzzle is shaping up nice if you just relax. Just relax. Just relax. And it's going to be okay. But at some point, they are going to have to get a leap from Jalen Johnson or draft somebody that's going to have some star upside.
Every other game, they're pretty fun watch.
Yeah, they are. And every other game, he's dealing with an Achilles injury that I also don't like to see in injury reports. Trae Young, questionable Achilles. I've seen that for the last 2 months. Stop playing with that Achilles, man.
Yeah.
Please.
Let's talk about the Eastern Conference. Obviously, we're going to do episodes when we get close to the playoffs about predicting and everything, but we do have our 10 teams in their necessary spots. There's nothing that can be shaken up. So we get the 1 seed, the Cavs, 2 seeds, Boston Celtics, then the Knicks and the Pacers, the Bucks, the Pistons, the Magic, the Hawks, the Bulls, and then the Heat.
Nice.
What a season.
Nice, man.
What a season.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with those standings, honestly.
I guess that's the beauty of being in the East, because out West, it's still coming down to that last day for a lot of big seeding. So that's actually kind of crazy that last day will really matter for a lot of teams out West.
Are y'all excited for the Eastern Conference play-in?
Yeah.
Because I think Hawks Magic could be very fun. So yeah, Bulls Heat could be slightly entertaining. I think the Bulls may come up with that, but
Last time the
they
Bulls
could
and
be
he played,
decent.
it was
Yesterday.
The Tyler Hero shot was insane.
Max Strus had
So
a
2 nights
crazy,
ago,
Max Strus had a crazy game in the play-in too that last time.
He
The
ain't
Bulls
on
and
there
play.
though.
Yeah, no, he ain't on
So
there yet.
Bulls ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, Bulls had, a 6-point lead with 2 minutes to go and lost that game? That was great. That was the Kobe White career high that didn't count because it's a playing game and playing stats don't count.
Well,
I know that's why they never count that Ofer game Klay Thompson had.
Oh, yeah.
somebody had posted
It's
this.
just
forget
in our
about that.
memory. The Twitter's keeping it alive
Somebody made a post that Valanciunas leads the play-in in all points.
because he's been
Because
to
he's been
six in a
Every
row.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Every single one.
I think he leads it in points and rebounds.
Which is insane. I
I
thought
thought
that Trae
it would
Young,
have been DeRozan.
the Bulls did make it one year as a 6 seed versus the Bucks.
Oh yeah, they did.
I thought it would be Trae Young because Trae Young,
Oh, yeah.
I think he also
Trae
has been
Young.
here every single year.
He's got to be assists, right?
He 100% got to be assists. And
He
maybe
be
cool
cooking,
moments.
too. This is little stage. These were his little coming out party where he like, hey, I know I'm that guy that was in the Eastern Conference Finals years ago.
no, it really is because he one of them players. He could go get you one.
March
That's
Madness
why
type
when he
guy.
goes to them playoff,
Yeah,
he gonna get you one of them playoff games.
And he gonna talk his shit while doing it. Like, I'm here. It's quiet in here.
Out west, the only thing that is secure is your 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of your play in OKC 1, Houston 2. The Lakers clinched the number 3 seed, Mikey.
Yes,
and then
sir,
at
baby.
the bottom,
Thank you, Rockets, for sending them starters.
the Kings at 9 and the Dallas Mavericks at 10. Everything else is still up for grabs technically.
You concerned? Might be playing the Warriors potentially.
I'm not concerned. I feel like both teams are gonna probably they're really gonna be trying to run small. So it's like the 2 small teams trying to battle that and see who can
Do
get the
y'all?
advantage
I think
of it.
the Warriors win that.
Me too.
I mean, if we're going like small for small, that's who they are.
Yeah, they wanna
for
be that
3
way.
months they've been this small.
They'd rather
team.
do that than have to go against Jokic. Big
Yeah.
ass.
And not trying to read into the game y'all played against them last. Luka benefits so much when he gets that switch onto
Yeah,
a
he
big.
does. He
There's
does.
no big to
There
get a
is no
switch
big.
on. It's
Yeah.
like you want Draymond, he might win Defensive Player of the Year this
Well, he
year.
would probably just go at Steph.
If they can get the switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm
I
excited.
like
Oh,
what
man.
I like what JJ Redick has done this season, like just in terms of like schemes and all that. So I feel comfortable with whatever he's got going.
Shout out to my favorite podcaster, JJ Redick, man. They thought he was a DEI hire. And he became.
Did you see that they said his goal at the beginning of the season was a 50 wins and to be the 3rd seed?
That's what he said?
They literally said that.
Oh, man.
And so
Nostradamus.
for him to put it into to real life is crazy.
My boy Anthony Lawson just dropped the video. He's a football creator, but he did tie in basketball a little bit.
That's it? Just a 3rd? He ain't won a champion? I'll just play.
It's like he just stopped caring about
it felt
the
like
games.
that, like one of them LeBron sayings, like I knew it was gonna happen.
Lawson put together the video basically saying that mostly in football, these coaches, good coaches do a really good job on the microphone, and people on the microphone could translate to good coaching because it's about communication.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is a really good point. And he gave, I mean, we talk about 30 examples in the NFL, not that many in the NBA, but his big one was, of course, JJ Redick.
He is, yeah.
who went from, of course, an NBA player to one of the biggest podcasters in the basketball space to a head coach in the NBA with 0 coaching experience and, again, 50-win season. And it's just something you don't think about often. So
Yeah,
shout
that
out to
makes sense.
Anthony.
'Cause when you do think about the great coaches, they work good on the mic.
Yeah.
So, like, that makes sense. So,
I mean, you think of Steve Kerr, Doc Rivers are some
All
good
of them.
examples.
Greg
Van
Popovich,
Gundy's.
Greg
All of the
Popovich
real
is-
good coaches. I look at that from a college basketball perspective, though. All college basketball coaches are really good on the microphone because you're a leader of men.
yeah. Phil
So-
Jackson. Yeah, when you look at all the great coaches, they were all like when they did the press conferences or whatever, they were really good on the mic. So.
Phil Jackson would be one of the exceptions. He's more of a Zen master than like this.
How's Phil Jackson doing
My
nowadays?
God.
The last time y'all seen him? He's not in the public eye because he lives in like Wyoming or something.
Was it The Last Dance? Was he on there? I feel like that's the last time I seen him.
Christian said he was at the Ring of Honor last year. There you go.
He lives in Wyoming.
He lives in one of them remote ass states.
He's from South Dakota.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
he's
wow.
always been.
I forget what state it is. Yeah. But he always just would go back there, read a bunch of books, zen his ass out, and then get ready for the NBA season.
I remember when we was
North Dakota and
Oh,
Montana. Okay.
I remember when we
Dakota.
had looked up what is Kirk Heinrich doing, like, we found
Coaching.
out, he was like coaching in South Dakota or some stuff like that.
Like that's one of the jobs you just got to get into after you're done playing in the NBA.
Because he was such a great basketball mind on the court. I thought he had to be doing something with basketball. Surprised he ain't doing something bigger.
He was a consultant for the Bulls too a few years back. I don't know what he consulted on, like was it
Yeah.
front office stuff or whatever, but they had him like on the book it as like consultant.
Okay.
Again, I don't know what the hell that could mean.
I'm
in
sure
context.
he'll probably climb up in the coaching ranks. He real good friends with each new coach because they played
Okay.
at Kansas together. So I could see him.
Transitioning.
Yeah. Kansas may have a new head coach in the opening soon. All these coaches stepping down. Bill Self ain't finna coach for another 30. So some former Kansas player got to go take that job. Kansas.
I think it's gonna be Sharon Collins.
Sharon Collins is doing a good job as a high school coach.
Oh, is he really?
38-1.
We did talk about that, didn't
Yeah.
we? I was just trying to name a random guy. Luka had his return to Dallas a few nights ago. The game itself was what it was. Whatever. Luka had 45 points. It was the tribute.
Yeah.
Players get tributes all the time when they go to a former team. Very rarely do you see them get emotional and as choked up as what Luka ended up going through.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, his ass is going for 50.
Yeah.
So I put a
I
little
mean-
ticket for 50. He got 45, so he still was amazing.
You really? How much you put on?
I put a little 50 ball
Oh.
for 50.
Yeah.
Um,
I could see that. I mean, it only like helped him more when he was scoring and the whole crowd was cheering for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I
But you
mean,
know
they
what
were
he didn't
chanting,
do?
Fire Nico.
he didn't do when y'all played against each other in LA. He was talking shit to like to people with Maverick stuff on. Like he was normally Luka yelling at the crowd. He didn't do that in this game. He didn't turn to the crowd and yell or call somebody out of their name like he would normally do.
Well,
in
he
the
probably
game.
felt the love from the beginning. Like it was such a welcoming presence
Mm-hmm.
that like there was probably he probably didn't feel no animosity towards those fans. in
No,
that
I
building.
don't think it ever was towards the fans. But I remember Nico being there for the LA game and him looking Nico's way.
Well,
and they say Nico
Nico's
sits
hiding
in
in a tunnel.
Yeah, he sits in the same spot since the trade with security surrounding him, just in case. So, Luka knows what that tunnel is.
Yeah.
So I just thought that maybe he would look that way after he hit his 7-3 to say something. But nah, he was pretty poised the entire game, which is surprising. But
He was locked in. He was stupidly locked in.
the tribute, man, I did not think that man was going to cry. I just didn't see it happening, and then it did.
Yeah, man. I probably would cry too. I just couldn't imagine the business of being traded. Like you built
KB.
something here, and like these are your roots.
Well, I just got a notification
say
from Sham
this too.
Charania. You're part of Pick a Side now, brother. You just got traded for Joel.
KB, he also got ejected like the game prior, so he had to be. He had to keep it cool
True.
too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game until he got ejected, and I was like, oh, this don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards also just got suspended for getting his technical.
For this last game, he's not
Yep.
playing?
He's suspended.
He had his limit of text.
Yeah.
He's hit the 16 mark.
Yep.
So what implications did that have if he's not playing? Because they've been playing good ball. They got a few wins in a row. I didn't know that happened last night.
Night before or something like that. Yeah, he received a tech though, and he's now suspended for the last game.
Anthony Edwards facing suspension from Timberwolves regular season finale after picking up.
Wow.
They also be saying just do it so you don't get in the
18 technical
playoffs too.
foul.
But
I think the new rule now is every 2 after that, right? Or
I
there's
mean-
a rule where you still can get suspended if he.
No, it is.
But I'm saying-
if you're on the 15th one and you pick up the 16th one in the playoffs, you miss that game, the next game.
the reason I don't like that philosophy, they're going against Utah, so it probably won't matter. It's not a game that they can
I'm
beat
pretty
Utah
sure his
without him.
last game he was suspended was against Utah or something too. It was a bad team they played.
The
and
reason
it
I
was
say
like,
that maybe we just don't get that 16 tech at all, because if they lose hypothetically to Utah, then they don't have a chance to be in the top 6. They're like submitted to the
be in a
play-in.
play-in.
So let's just like temporary motions, I guess. I guess that's a lot to be asked, but it's the Jazz. Yeah. They should be able to take care, especially if Rudy Gobert is going to be dropping 30.
Yeah. I mean, do y'all think it's hard to intentionally get ejected?
No. To get ejected or get attacked?
It's a tech.
No, you just got to clap in somebody's face. Everybody that claps in faces except for Draymond Green gets attacked. Even Tatum, the ref could be over there. Tatum be like, man, to himself, teed up Tatum.
I just seen Kenny Atkinson say to himself, I'm going to get ejected.
Yeah.
It's that pace.
It's like he kept going. Like,
yeah, he just kept going. Like, I'm going to send a message to my team right now.
Yeah.
And it worked. Johnny down by 23.
Johnny Bryan got this.
Yeah.
I love when coaches
shout out to Johnny O'Brien.
I love when coaches do that.
What college you went to?
Johnny O'Brien went to a red school. Damn, then I have no idea.
I don't know. I couldn't.
LSU.
LSU?
Yeah, I would have never got to LSU.
Patrick Bryant went to.
Patrick who?
Patrick O'Brien. I'm sorry.
Was okay.
Big fella, light-skinned
ninth
dude.
overall pick to the Warriors back in the day. You wasn't watching basketball back then. He won't even know that.
I don't even know I don't know.
That's
what
way before him.
That's before my time.
You don't know Patrick O'Brien. What college you went to? Yeah. What college you went to? Yeah, I told you, it's way before. You know Johnny O'Brien's college. Oh.
At least he knew who he was and what position he played.
Yeah, big light-skinned center.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be big time for the Warriors.
And he ended up being
I think he went to
T.
Bradley. Let me see. I'm not sure. This is years ago.
He's
He's 38 now. Shout out to Patrick O'Brien.
Oh yeah, because Steph Curry's 37.
Yeah, he was there before Steph.
Yeah, so that makes sense to me. Yeah, I want to get into the award show officially.
Yes, I've been waiting on this. Let's go.
This is I said it on my show. This was one of the hardest years to put this stuff together.
KB made this list on like Wednesday or Tuesday.
Yeah, I've been working on it for a long time.
I started mine on Thursday.
I remember we was in a Discord. He's like, man, making these lists is hard.
It's tough,
I'm like,
bro.
Damn, we just got through filming.
Because I knew I was gonna do it on my show.
Yeah.
But also I wanted to give myself wiggle room in case I wanted to change something. So if I started early, do my research, and I'm like, you know what? But I still do like this. Like doing it the night before for something like this, that gives you no chance to make your changes if you need it. So I've been working
the same
on
way.
It. Even on my episode that I filmed a couple days ago, I was like, even though I'm giving y'all my official ballot, some of these ones by Saturday's podcast with numbers on the board, I might fuck around and flip it. I didn't, but like, it was that tough.
Yeah, I take pride in my decisions because I'm a person that always be saying how crazy fandom is and people care so much. I don't want to say that just to cover my tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to not do my job. So I went in and made sure, regardless, I did my due diligence.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be picked. It's just like the NBA trophy. Yeah. You can there's only one champion, so only one MVP.
Somebody gonna get cut.
Everybody not gonna make it, and that's okay. But I want to continue to express that more and more because when you get down to this and you get down to that All-Star, this is way more important than the All-Star. But there's two examples that is continuing to show us year in and year out. There's an overwhelming melting pot of the NBA of talent and unique skill sets that it's just not enough spots. And that's okay because it's supposed to be competitive nature. I'd rather have to nitpick and somebody not make it than we only have 7 all defensive caliber players and the last 3 we just giving away. Hey, get it. He just make the all defensive because we ain't have enough spots. No, fuck that. Somebody ain't gonna make it. Damn it.
I hate it when we have that feeling. It's like, I guess we got to put them in here because it's just we need people to fill spots.
Yeah, there have been years on the show where we got to the end of All NBA, and I'm like, I guess this guy gets it, you know, whether it be because of the 65-game requirement or everybody was injured. This is one of those years like, damn, my tough cuts are really tough cuts.
I also am going to say this. So, Damian Lillard, Drew Holiday, Scotty Barnes, Joel Embiid, Wemby, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Franz, Luka Doncic, Jimmy Butler, Zion, Kristaps Porzingis, LaMelo, Kawhi, Larry Markkinen, Alex Caruso, Asar Thompson, Ihart, Chris Dunn, Badatse, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Suggs, Dean Wade, Derek Lively, Chet, Ty Jerome, Tari Eason, Santi Aldama, Jeremy Sohan, Trey Murphy III, and Kevin Durant are all ineligible.
Yes.
He just got that right out the way.
Get out of the way.
Yeah,
At first, I thought she was be like, man,
I heard Jeremy Sohan. I was like,
Get it
I
out the
thought
way.
she was gonna be like, I wish I could have had you on my list. You're just not in that spot.
I want to get it out the way now.
I'm glad KD doesn't qualify.
So
by the way.
nobody is in the comments or on Twitter saying, I cannot believe y'all. No, he's ineligible. I'm not having no conversation with anybody that don't even know the eligibility.
No, I definitely
Get it out of the way.
Whenever I thought it was somebody, I had to look up real quick and make sure they was eligible, and they weren't. I was like, damn, Kawhi only played 35 games. It felt more.
Yeah, I looked it up.
strong. It's a strong 35.
I
Kawhi.
tried
It
to
was
look up.
that's what I said. I was like, this is a strong 35 when he played.
I was trying to look up as much information I could to make sure I knew everybody that wasn't going to be eligible for anything, even a guy like Ty Jerome,
Yeah,
the minutes thing. So
he's eligible for one of the awards, but not the other one. And
he's not eligible for six man.
So he's eligible for most improved then.
Okay.
Which is
I saw.
I just don't know how you why is that in the thing? Why is that in the rule book? Chris Dunn not being eligible for all defensive team blows my mind.
Yep.
Because he's that fucking good. He deserves to be on one of the teams. Isaiah Stewart, he probably wouldn't have made it either way, but he's not eligible because of his games played. So it is rough.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. How can you be eligible for not for six man, but for MIP?
No
Because
idea.
honestly, you wouldn't even win MIP if you weren't playing enough minutes.
And, hey, Ty Jerome's on my 6 man of the year candidacy ballot with 19.8 minutes per game.
We round up.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the big one, the most valuable player. It has been shifting back and forth all season long. Where did y'all give y'all final first place vote?
Honestly, for me, it hasn't really shifted much. It kind of stayed in line. For me, it just fell in line. Shai,
Just
Jokic.
stay Shai.
Just Shai,
Right now.
Shai.
And let's talk about it.
Okay.
I also have Shai as my MVP.
Yeah.
He is mine as well.
Unanimous. Shai. I was surprised. I thought that maybe at least one person would come in with the Jokic conversation because I think it is legitimate. Like anybody on either side that's acting like this is not a real race, they're playing dickhead basically.
Jokic is literally he averaged a triple-double as a center.
This might be the best individual offensive season like in recent history, maybe even ever when you think about him averaging a 30-point triple-double and how impactful he is on the offensive side of the ball as a passer, as a scorer, as a pretty much everything. You think that when you get to close scenarios with the Denver Nuggets offensively, as long as you could get Jokic the ball, you feel really safe about him being able to get within 8 feet and get that little shot up, and it's going to go in 65% of the time. He's done an amazing job raising the floor of a team that doesn't have elite level talent around him. But ultimately, I went Shai because some of the Shai stuff is just ridiculous as well, right? What I have here, Shai's raw numbers are 32.7 points, 6.4 assists, 5 rebounds, 55% from the field, 35% from three, and 90% from the free throw line. He did all of that while not playing in the fourth quarter of 16 games. Just pure dominance. He has the third best, and this stat doesn't mean a ton, but it's just one of the pillars there. The third highest plus minus in the history of basketball for an individual season. It was one of the years that Kevin Durant played for the Warriors, and one of the years Steph Curry was with Kevin Durant. Other than that, it's him by himself. And if it wasn't for him not playing these last couple games, he probably would have been plus 1,000 on the season. And the number 2 guy is plus 700. So he's got plus 372 more than the number 2 guy in raw plus minus, which is, again, not a stat that means a ton of things, but it just shows you his on-court impact. He didn't have J-Dub for a lot of the season. He didn't have Chet for a lot of the season, and they were like 38-8 when one of those 2 players didn't play.
He also didn't have a high heart for a big chunk of the season, too.
Just pure dominance.
Yeah, and I think it just shows that he just plays at his own pace. He's so smooth, and he's also able to I think he also does a good job of trusting his teammates. Like, I think Shai, that part of his game doesn't get looked at. Shai is a willing passer. No, he doesn't average 10 assists or nothing like that like Luka. But, like, a lot of guys around him, he demands so much attention, but he will definitely trust Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe. He makes those willing passes. Where some guys, they might feel like, fuck it, I'm going to shoot it. But no, I think Shai is definitely a team guy. They definitely had this vibe to him where they feel like they are like the big dogs out west, and they all had this team camaraderie that's like I think everybody would love to have. And I think he's a head snake of that.
Yeah, I mean, I echo the same sentiment as y'all. To me, it just was the way that the Thunder were able to dominate the NBA with all of those absences, and it was led by him. And I think he just checked off a lot of the boxes. He has the moments. He has the raw stats. He has the deep cut stats. He was efficient. He bought in on the defensive side of the basketball, and that was a big pillar for this team. And he was consistent the whole way through. It didn't feel like peaks and valleys and different runs and whatever. And I felt like it was certain times in the season where other guys were more appealing because it was a little bit more exciting. I think the Thunder kind of crushed a lot of their competition, and to default, it kind of hurt him because it wasn't as exciting as Jokic having to put a team on his back for certain nights and certain different things. So even when he didn't have Chet or J-Dub, they were still crushing teams. And, it can get a little boring if we're just keeping it real, just from a fan perspective.
Everything.
And I didn't want to hurt him.
I was thinking about teams that, like, the teams I wasn't watching as much. There's times I tuned out of OKC games because the shit got boring.
Yeah.
They're busting the team by 20 to 30 points.
That man literally went up against the Cavs without a big.
And
he literally put his foot on their necks in that first and second quarter and was just like by far the best player on the court, and it looked like no one fuck with him. When the Cavs also were a team that was dominating their conference as well.
Y'all literally said basically everything. I think just to echo it is, to put it on a pedestal, I should say, is you just described one of like the craziest seasons ever from a big man in Nikola Jokic, and we're still picking Shai like he's got an arm and a leg in the race, like above everybody else in the race. I think it just speaks volumes to actually how good of a season he is, that we're kind of like any other season, this is Jokic's award.
Yeah.
For a lot of seasons.
I mean, he checked every box. Raw stats, advanced stats, clutch moments, the fourth longest 20-point a game streak in the history of this sport. And then he also is the best player on the most dominant team. Some years, best player, best team is the only resume you really need. He's got that plus all of the stats. And
it's not even just like one of the best teams.
Yeah.
This team will be historic.
Yes.
Like in terms of the numbers they put up defensively and offensively. I mean, they're putting up over 140 points on some games.
Yeah.
Like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
just straight regulation.
And when they put this team on 2K 15 years from now, it won't say that Chet missed this many games, or you're just going to look at the roster. We'll have the context. So,
And
yeah,
Chet
man.
was looking like a guy that could have been a DPOY candidate
At the beginning,
of the year. Yeah.
And that was supposed to be a huge loss. I remember when that injury happened, we was like, what would this mean for OKC? Will we see any decline? You had to kind of anticipate it a little bit. No, they didn't, because they already didn't have iHeart. You lose Chet. It was an indefinite injury, and it was kind of like, damn, what is that going to look like? They even had the rookie kid playing center.
Carlson,
Yes. And they were still getting shit done. So
he had a crazy moment last night.
Shout out to them, because I really do feel like Jokic was incredible. I think this last 2 weeks, maybe month of Giannis was also kind of crazy.
Big Giannis, yeah.
And so again,
Big
it's another
Gian.
one of those awards where only one person can win it. And I don't understand how things can be an uproar when you see how good all of these guys are playing. But
I think people that are in uproar have bad faith arguments.
Yeah, they always.
It's
go
one
to
thing
the
to
foul
disagree,
baiting.
obviously,
Yeah.
but like some of the reasons for it, just bad faith.
The only argument you have against Shai is that they say he's foul baiting, and he's a foul merchant. Literally, welcome to the league.
I don't think you can have there's nobody that can have an argument against him. You can just have an argument for Nikola Jokic.
Yeah,
that's
Anybody,
exactly how I
you
feel,
talk about
yeah.
the team difference.
Yeah,
for
anybody
Nikola
coming
Jokic.
to me saying that they have an argument against these players, I'm not going to entertain it, because you can't. What can your argument be?
Yeah.
One of the dudes just averaged a 30-point triple-double. The other dude is just killing the league with a team that had 2 starters out, and they still dominated the entire NBA in a tougher conference of the Western Conference. And what KB said, but we didn't play the fourth quarter for 20 of the game. So, man, I just don't understand how people can come up with arguments against. I'd rather just come up with an argument for.
I remember there was a time where people was like, man, Shai, he good and all, but his career high being 44 is crazy. He only hit 44.
He said a few times.
Man, he been hooping so bad that he did beat his career high like 5 times this year alone.
One time he did it in
that's even
about
a
the third
crazy
quarter.
sentiment too, though. Like
Only
I could
44?
be raw with having a 44. Like
I think Kawhi's never scored 50.
No.
Well, you'll never look at that and look at it be like,
Kevin Durant's career high is what, 54, 50, maybe not even 55.
you know what? I think his career high wasn't it that. No, I'm thinking that game against the Bucks.
I'm trying
He
to
had
look
a
it up.
50-point triple double. I don't know if that was his
he
career high.
did have a 50.
Are you talking about the playoffs?
Yeah.
55 versus the Hawks in the regular season.
Oh, he
for
did a
Kevin
55
Durant.
versus the Hawks.
2022.
2000. Okay.
2022. I don't remember that game then. That was right around like not too long ago.
What month? Did it say the month or something?
Nah.
That's a Nets.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's when
I
he's
say
in the
that's-
Nets for sure.
When he played every damn minute in a game.
April 2nd, so towards the end of the season.
No, that every minute I think is
that's the
That's the
50-point
postseason.
triple-double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't score in the overtime, though.
yeah. But when you have that much,
Hey.
you're
You just
allowed
get
to
your
have that.
team to the finish line. Somebody
yeah,
help
get some
me.
damn help. Yeah,
He just had to get his toe behind the line. He wouldn't have had to play in overtime.
Dicks you
that's
up.
true.
All right, number 2, Jokic, unanimously,
Yeah.
I would assume.
It's actually crazy to see Jokic play. I said it on linear, but I think y'all disagree with me. But I said that we'll probably see a player closer to Shaq one day than versus a player closer to Jokic, just because I think Jokic is so damn unique with his ability to rebound the ball. He'll initiate pick and roll options. He's the primary scorer, but also the primary playmaker at the center position. He's an amazing rebounder. Yeah, he might have some defensive lapses, but I don't think it hurts the team. I think he still is a very good team defender. No, he'll never be the defender of Shaq, but I think offensively, what Jokic brings, whatever your team needs that day, it seems like he's like, bet. Oh, we need 3-point shooting? Bet. I'll provide the spacing.
Yeah.
Like,
The pushback we gave you has nothing to do with the players in itself.
Yeah.
It's just that if I ask you, who's the closest thing you've seen to Shaq? What's
it'll
your
probably be
answer?
Giannis.
And he's
or-
not even close. I don't even like that comparison that people. He just scores on inside.
Yeah.
But when you talk about Shaq's size
Yeah, that
and
size.
dominance at the position, you really can't give me an answer.
Yeah.
I can give you guys that they ain't Jokic. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
saying that they're Jokic, but the style.
Yeah.
You have the Senguns, the Sabonises, the big Sabonis, the passing centers that play. Again, they're not Jokic, but the similarities, I think, of a passing big who can do a lot of different things will be closer. Because I don't know, you're not just going to get another Jokic. We'll much rather see more of those. Even the fact that when KB said, you have somebody like a Sengun, that's relatively closer to Jokic than anybody we've seen. Who would y'all say
I
is
think
Shaq like?
from like D-Mill's perspective, because I don't think both of you are wrong. I think they are close in terms of they play make, but they're just nowhere close to Jokic at all.
But that's not the argument. We're not saying you're going to see another. He's
Also,
saying
I think
anybody
yeah.
like Jokic is what he said.
I think maybe
They're
also Dwight
like
Howard.
Jokic.
Dwight Howard could be in that conversation, being someone that was maybe like closer to like the form of what Shaq played. Like,
I don't think
so
Dwight Howard
either.
just
was
like
as
that
dominant.
dominance inside.
I don't think he was that as dominant as Shaq.
I,
Not even
wasn't
I
close.
like
dominant.
Giannis more than I like Shaq.
Giannis is the
Giannis and
closest
Dwight,
one.
yeah.
For
Giannis,
sure.
and it's not. And I like how you put it too, when it's just a lot of more players are just more modern. You're not going to see many Jokic's backing down and doing what try to drop step or whatever. But like, literally, he will physically impose his will on everyone on your team.
How big was Shaq? What was his weight?
I think he had to be 7'1",
What year we talking?
3,
'Cause-
Yeah, because
In the
his
prime.
weight shifted.
7'1", something. I'm gonna say like
You're
320.
just not going to see that with that
Yeah.
mobility that he
I think the
had.
best argument you can have for your point, Darrick, is that Jokic has 0 offensive flaws,
Yeah.
and that is probably going to be impossible to replicate or come close to.
Yeah. You're not. Again, these are two players that you're not going
Yeah.
to see again.
They're so
Nobody's
unique in
a-
their position, yeah.
Exactly, and they're just so good. Like Jokic, I'm not saying that the names that I named are Jokic, but
What I say, 7'1", 320? 7'1", 324?
Okay.
the linear conversation was like, will we ever see anything like it? I think there's a higher chance we see somebody playing like Jokic is better than seeing 7'1", 320.
Well, Danny
moving the
Wolf
way
is
he
coming
did.
to the league next year, so
Again, I hate that we naming these names because it sounds so disrespectful to Jokic. I'm not trying to say Sengun, Danny Wolf, Sabonis, or Arvydas Sabonis is Jokic, but they were passing centers who can make some plays, get on that block a little bit. Some of them can shoot a little. Jokic can shoot 40% from 3 or whatnot. So you're not getting an exact player, but I think you'll be able to birth something that's relatively similar to Jokic a lot easier than
Did you see that clip where it was like
Shaq. Shaq is crazy.
It was a clip of like little kids playing basketball, and they said all the Serbians are like playing just like each other. And it was a kid who was playing just like Jokic. He was a big dude, bringing the ball up. He was playing out the post. He was finding his little dudes that were cutting.
that's funny.
And it's just like, yeah, there's gonna be a generation of Jokic's that do come up.
I
Hey,
actually
even
enjoy
like
that.
a Danny Wolf, you could compare in a college level. It's like a college Jokic to a certain degree, and then yeah,
Ravi, yeah, from what's that? St. Louis?
but he transferred
I don't even know from St. Louis.
from Indiana State. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who also was a college of Indiana State was the college of
You asking me?
anybody.
Oh well, I know the answer to that.
Mike.
Said
You
it
said
one more
Indiana
time.
State was the college.
Indiana State was the
Larry
college.
Bird.
My boy.
I didn't hear the question at first.
But
My
no,
bad.
and again, we're saying on a college basketball level.
Is your mic plugged in? Did they hear that?
The
Okay.
Shaq,
Yeah, Austin not there.
Okay.
Shaq college level is probably Edie has some Shaq college level dominance, and then Greg Oden was like a Shaq level. But the pro level, which is the hardest and the toughest stage, you just nah.
Who's your number 3?
But it's right. There's no wrong answer.
Is it just Giannis?
It's Giannis.
Big
Yeah,
Giannis.
Giannis. It's Giannis.
Yeah.
Big Giannis.
Y'all like the shoulder sleeve?
I didn't like
the
it.
shoulder
I didn't like
I
it.
feel like it's fire.
I would like it
I
if it
rock
was
it in
on.
2K, so.
If it was on both, I would rock it.
I
like
don't
the
know. I'm
shirt
rocking it with the one.
swag.
I like it with the
Yeah.
one.
It gives me like an old school
Look
feel.
tacky.
Yeah.
It gives me the
Oh,
old
is he
school
unprofessional?
No, because he clothed his body.
Giannis has been incredible since the Dame injury. Do we call it injury? Ailment? I don't know, because it's not an injury necessarily. But
It's
anyway,
kind of an unfortunate
Did y'all
event.
see Dave reply to that dude?
All about Tamani Camara?
No, somebody was saying something about like the injury, I guess, with they bet or whatever. Like if you was out there, this wouldn't happen. And Dame was like, only a loser would like DM me when I'm dealing with like a life-threatening injury.
Yeah,
About
that's
the
actually
damn
true.
parlay.
I think Jaylen Brown also spoke on this recently. Was like, a lot of y'all would, if y'all ever walk up to me in person and confront me about a parlay, I will bust your ass. Like I will beat your ass, and it's honestly true.
that sounds like
His ass
something
is capping.
somebody's gonna do. Like
Exactly. I didn't like that he say that because he's not going to beat everybody, and he shouldn't.
Yeah,
he should.
But he's going to make people
But somebody's
want to be
gonna.
an
Somebody
asshole.
will try it in case he does do it and be like, "Yep, gotcha,
This shit's so lame, bro.
gotcha."
It's lame as hell,
It is
but
lame.
you
No,
know
yeah.
the reality.
but
Bro,
the reality is
y'all know
nobody
what that
probably
is?
will come up to him.
One of the
and
things
go,
that stuck with me watching
You know
like
who
the
that
March
is?
Madness stuff.
Just by watching
no,
Arnold Palmer.
One of the things that stuck with me
Tea
watching the
lemonade.
March Madness is how that,
Oh,
like
wow.
they had so many betting.
You didn't know it's called
like
Arnold Palmer because
advertisements.
Wait, can we let Mike get his point
Oh,
out?
my fault.
Y'all talking about Arnold Palmer?
They had so many like betting
You don't be talking about
advertisements.
nothing.
And then at the end of the advertisement, it's like, we want you to bet, but just make sure you don't DM any of our players any bad things about like.
oh yeah, I saw
If
that.
you lose a bet and the first thing you're doing is like, I gotta blame this player, I gotta go DM them, especially some shit that's
Put together a
hateful.
better ticket, loser.
It's just like, bro,
That's
get
what
a
KD be
life,
saying.
dog. Get a life for real, bro.
Real. You ain't never DM a player?
Hell no.
I was just playing. He said, hell no.
I did DM LeBron on his birthday though.
Did you tell him happy birthday?
Nah, I didn't say happy birthday on his birthday. Of course I said happy birthday.
Hell no, because that was like, what the?
Yeah,
what
that's-
type of question is that? It's like, no, I was asking about something else.
That's how Derek
Ask
be.
Mike
though.
borrow $100 on his birthday.
Derek be like,
You probably could have been giving him your Netflix password. You know he be asking for.
He do be
Derek be like, where
Ask
else
him
put
if
this
he wanna give him a
USB
bag.
at in my camera? Well, if you don't Google that damn question.
Giannis has been ridiculously efficient.
Yo, Bucks?
I saw he had a comment last night about the defensive side of the ball. Y'all see that?
No.
He's basically saying that like I have so much to do offensively that I can't give my peak level push defensively, but I still think I'm really fucking good at it. And it's like, yeah, I mean, he does
That
have
makes
one of
sense.
the biggest loads in basketball, and because of that, it is tough. Like you think about our DPOY winners and stuff, most of them are not doing even anything even close to what Giannis is doing on the offensive side.
I mean, yeah, when he won DPOI, he had prime Chris Middleton, he had Drew Holiday, he had a very good roster around him to where he didn't essentially he was the offense, but he also didn't have to nightly carry the offense. Some nights Chris Middleton just go off for 40, and now Giannis can kind of chill and just do all the other things. And like I think that's what makes Giannis
That was a
so
better
special.
defensive team, too.
Yeah, and it was a better defensive team. But I think that's just what makes Giannis so special. He doesn't have to, if he has the right pieces around him, he doesn't have to essentially carry the offense. Now he has to carry the offense and also be competent defensively too.
Especially with Dame being out. And
Yeah.
that point Giannis is so fun, bro.
Bro, he's
It
one of
is.
my
I love
favorite, like,
He had two
he's a
triple
2K
doubles this
player.
year.
He's a legit 2K player when he's playing like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I really love the shimmy over Malik Beasley though. I love that.
I just
That-
like how he's smiling while doing
Yeah.
it. Like, he's
And
like, you not gonna laugh with me?
And Malik Beasley, oh man.
You didn't see his tweet? Did you see Malik Beasley's tweet?
Yeah, I read it earlier.
Yeah, he's like, imagine somebody do your own ish.
And
And he
stand
starts
over you.
smiling. And I just can't get down with that.
I don't care how goofy he is. I'm just like,
They
come on
were
now.
teammates.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yawning
Yeah.
at that shit. Oh.
It's
And
fine.
then you know he was popping his shit all game.
Yeah. Because he hit like, what, 7 threes? or something
Yes,
like
he
that?
was popping his shit all game, talking shit to the bench and all that.
Hey, don't worry. We'll handle them. Trust. Don't worry. We'll handle them.
You got him.
Yes. Trust me. The Knicks gonna handle it. We'll handle it.
No, that boy K be hooping.
He do.
He
but
averaged
guess
like
what?
35 against the Knicks. He be hooping for sure.
Shit don't scare me.
All right.
He going to McHale jail or what's OG thing? McHale jail, OG. I forget.
Does OG have a saying? Isn't it just OG?
It's something. It's not as cool as McHale jail.
And if it's Sunny, what is Sunny Lee? If she courtside, it's GG.
Oh man.
Shout out to Sonny Lee, man.
I ain't said nobody go lock up Cade Cunningham.
One of our
He's Cade
goats.
Cunningham, but we here to win the series.
Yeah.
We're not here to have Cade could go 2 of 13, but if they still win, nobody gonna give a fuck.
True.
We there to win that series, and that's what we're gonna do.
Malik said y'all got to check in to Detroit.
Who?
Malik.
Who got to check in?
Malik.
Oh, Malik got to check in.
Malik said y'all got to check
Who
in.
is y'all?
Knicks.
Oh, he talking to I don't play for the Knicks. Fuck up out of here.
Fourth
I had
spot.
his ass checking into United Center. Fuck on.
Fourth spot. I went Jason Tatum.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do 4. We always do 3.
I did 3.
Oh, okay.
I respected
You
it.
know, fucking
Tatum.
fourth spot. in
The
MVP.
ballot is 5 though.
Oh, you were talking about filling out a ballot. So.
Cool. Which award y'all want to go next?
Let's go.
Let's go Rookie of the Year.
Sure.
Hey,
Set that
you're
out of the way.
good here.
For me, I did Castle. I think Castle's having a phenomenal season. I thought him having Chris Paul there was honestly like the perfect addition because I think it allowed him to sit back and learn the game. He wasn't too rushed to be a starting point guard. He was able to sit back and learn from one of the best to play the game. And I think he's done a good job of picking and choosing his spots. And I think him getting to the rim is also one of the best parts of his game. And he does it at such a unique way where with that de-acceleration, he is like so damn good at that as a rookie already that I'm so excited to see how this progresses and how he gets better at it.
Yeah, I also went Castle. It got close at that end. I still ultimately
did.
went Castle. I feel like he had a much more consistent lead of the Rookie of the Year campaign. I love everything about his rookie year. He was my guy in this draft. I felt the most comfortable taking him at any pick because I just felt he was going to be a complete player. He can defend. He can attack the rim. Jump shot has to improve. It will improve, I believe. Playing with Chris Paul, playing without Chris Paul, he's had moments. Defensively, he's amazing, and he's really good in transition. So I'm going to give it to Stephon Castle. But I do want to nod to this entire draft class for hooping. They hoop. A lot of people had shit to say. A lot of people tried to shit on this class before they had an opportunity to even play a game. And I think they proved themselves. Just because you don't have a Victor Wembanyama or a Paolo Banchero or a Cooper Flagg don't mean that you can be a weak draft class. My sentiment stays the same. The NBA is predominantly role players. And this draft class offered at the least a lot of guys at the floor level of being tremendous role players. And we saw a lot of different moments from a lot of different guys. Khalil Ware, Zach Edey had moments. Jalen Will had moments. Stephon Castle, Richard Shea, Alex Sarr, Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George, Tristan Da Silva, Jared McCain. I mean, I can go on and on. Modest Buzelis. So, boom, take that for a weak draft class. Yeah, we can keep going if they won't. Weak draft, but we can keep going.
Justin Edwards.
Isaiah Collier.
Yeah, that's a really good Kyle
Filipowski, yeah.
Ryan Dunn.
Yeah. And a lot of people, when you go down the line, a lot of good
My boy
rookies had
Jalen
moments.
Tyson had a chance to win the game against the Pacers the other night.
Did you say you're rookie?
I got Castle. You got to see him play so many different roles. You know, coming off the bench, starting with Wemby, without Wemby, with De'Aaron Fox, without De'Aaron Fox. The one thing that stands out the most to me is the rim finishing. I believe, like, the jump shot don't look like it won't get. Sometimes you see somebody shooting like his ass not going to be a shooter.
Yeah.
I could see a world where his jump shot continues to improve. Yeah. And I thought he showed us, again, flashes of a lot of different stuff. A lot of the rookies' efficiency numbers, I don't really give a damn about.
Yeah, it's all about the eye test, really.
He was so overtaxed for this last month and a half of having to be the offensive guy on everything. So I went with Castle. I thought he had the most complete rookie season, start to finish.
Yeah, I agree.
I had unanimous for Castle at the one, I guess. I'll talk a little bit about my 2. I had Alex Sarr for my 2. Started off slow, but I was really
boy.
Bro, I've been really impressed by how he's been playing. Defensively, we know what he could do, but I think the offense is still starting to come around. I think he's finding a little bit more of his touch. The jump shot seems a little bit better. And honestly, I like all the little things he does. He could be a person that's like a connector. In a weird way, he kind of reminds me of like Al Horford in a type of way, like an extremely young Al Horford with just versatility and what he could do on the floor. So I was excited that he kind of finished the year strong.
For me, my number 2 is Zachary Richardson. Especially with the second half of the season, he's been phenomenal. And I just think scoring-wise, his ability to never stay stagnant is one of the things that really stands out. And I think he does a great job of cutting, screening, coming off screens, and just being a threat even though he doesn't have the ball, which I think is sometimes rookies, they don't come into the league comfortable or knowing to do that. And it seems like he's always at the right place at the right time. And I think you could see that he's the future great complementary piece next to a Trae Young. Or he can, maybe there's another leap that we just don't know yet because he's only a rookie.
Yeah. I remember Resize J as well. This is my number 2. Second half of the season, like you mentioned, was incredible. Some of these performances, like 30 points on 4 dribbles, is insane when you think about it. Cuts very well. The jump shot looks good on majority of nights. Big positional defender as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed his rookie season, especially the second half of it. He's my 2.
He was my number 2 as well. He was everything that I expected him to be, and I expect him to continue to be. I just think he's going to be a really, really good complementary player to whoever he's next to, whether that's Trae Young for the future or whatever. At his size and his skill set, this dude is like a mini, because I don't want to compare him to, but the comparison, I remember when I put my dad onto him, because my dad was a big, I don't like this draft. I'm like, how don't you like this draft? The number 1 pick is going to be Richard Shai, and he is like a 6'10" Klay Thompson in a sense. You know what I mean? And so he kind of showed that for this year, and it's going to be fun to see him continue to cultivate his game and what the prime him is going to look like. Because I'm only familiar with the young as him. Like, I got put onto him like 2.5, 3 years ago. He was super, super raw and just thin. He's still the same way, but like I don't know what he's going to look like when he's 26. So it's really fun to think about that. So, yeah, at the floor, he's going to be a 6'10" who can guard multiple positions and shoot damn near 40% from 3. So, and cut.
My number 3, I went with Jalen Wells. Him and Alex Sarr
Get well, bro.
Get well soon for sure. Like polarizing rookie seasons where Jalen Wells started off so well, and then over the last 2 months, his shooting has dropped and he's lost some of his minutes, while Alex Sarr started off so slow, and then the last couple months he's been put together offensively. But I did give the nod to Jalen Wells because I thought about basically contribute, and maybe this is a bad way to think about rookies, but contributing on the playoff team, starting on the playoff team as a second-round pick, having like those key performances where you guard a Steph Curry and prevent Steph Curry from scoring anything. Like, those are the type of things, if I'm talking about third and rookie of the year, that I just prioritize a little bit.
Yeah, I went with Alex Sarr. Ultimately, I love the way he wrapped up the year. I think it was big for him, and that's the type of progression I look for in rookies. I want to see you get better and better as the year go on because, again, you are a rookie learning the game. So, shout out to Alex Sarr, man.
Yeah, Alex Sarr shows so much, like, passing chops. That's why we said Al Horford, because Al Horford's always been, like, a really good passer. I mean, he's doing some really good stuff.
That was one of the things defensively in the passing at the size. And he showed flashes last year of being able to attack. But I want to see a little bit more of that three-point shot and put it on the floor. Yeah, I like him at the 4.
You like him at the 4?
I like him at the 4.
They'll have Malawatch next season.
I said something like that, and people were freaked out. I guess you can't be high on him. Said I wouldn't.
He did have 0 boards.
I said,
was it 1? I don't remember.
If I had the second pick, depending on the team, I wouldn't gloss over. I didn't say I would take him. I just said I wouldn't gloss over the pick. I would acknowledge, and see what I got. And people freaked out. Like I said, he's the number 2 pick. So I guess you can't like him.
I was assuming they're going to fall to 5 because the Bulls and the Blazers are going to move up.
If the Raptors had the second pick overall, would you take
Dylan Harper.
Dylan Harper.
I don't look at Emmanuel Quickly as like he's for sure our point guard. So Dylan Harper.
I just don't know how you move him.
No, that's a good point. But he's Emmanuel Quickly. He's accustomed to come off the bench either way. This is really his first year start.
It is, but $30 million bench guy.
This is going to be the first year of that extension, right?
Yeah.
But then if you got the rookie,
but I also just don't think
on the rookie deal, so kind of even out.
No, I really
don't care.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I'm just.
I don't really care about an Emmanuel Quickly contract if you believe Dylan Harper is that
Absolutely.
good, then fuck
Absolutely.
whatever going on
Absolutely.
with Quickly. Stretch him for 12 years if it matters that much to you.
For sure, for sure.
So,
yeah,
yeah, I think
if
they go
that's
that way.
their thought process, if they go through the draft process and that's your for sure by far, then yeah, you got it. I don't give a damn who it is. That's my belief.
Yeah.
But if it's close, and you know, but the Raptors are gonna have a weird or interesting offseason anyway. 'Cause
Regardless,
you got RJ Ingram, might have the 2 pick, might have number 1. Flag,
Scotty,
Ingram, RJ,
Just
you know,
all the same
all
players.
wings.
Yeah,
All
so
the same
They on
players.
the Orlando Magic.
Would y'all bet on them for a little quick turnaround?
Yeah.
yeah.
If they play their guys in the fourth quarter this year, they would have won more
I
than
mean,
30
Jakob
games.
did come out and said that they would.
Yeah, and they traded for an all-star caliber talent.
And they still hit their over this year. It was 29.5.
Yeah,
had 30
they was a
right
good tank. I like them.
Yeah. I had Alex R as well.
now. Cool.
Coach of the year.
For me, coach of the year, my coach of the year was, hold on, let me just go. I went Ime Udoka.
Oh, wow. Love it.
Wow.
I just think that what the Rockets did with this drastic turnaround, them being a solidified second seed in the Western Conference and a loaded Western Conference being this young, you just don't really see that. Coming into the season, they were the 10th seed last year. You would have never projected them having this drastic turnaround. And I think they also went out and they went on that 9-game winning streak at the right time, and they went out and they took care of business.
I like
Yeah,
that right time.
They went out, yeah, when everybody was beating up on each other, the Magic was coasting. I mean, not the Magic. The Rockets were coasting.
Right.
And they put themselves in a position where they can comfortably rest these last 2 games and not really have to go into the postseason all banged up. They get to chill now. And, like, a lot of those veteran teams probably wish they was in this position. And they probably looking up like, damn, we let the young blood. Like, Ime has really brought a whole different culture to this Rockets team, and it just shows you what good coaching could do.
I'm glad you have him because I struggled. I think he's my number 4. He deserves some love for sure because it is very hard to go from a decent team to a great team in one season without adding Kevin Durant or something like that.
And he fight for his guys, too.
Like
I
literally,
love it.
Literally.
he will fight your ass.
Yeah, he will
Probably
get
my favorite
ejected
coach.
for his guys, and I love that from a coach.
Didn't he have an argument with Bron and
Yes.
Steph Curry back-to-back years?
Probably my favorite coach.
KD,
in the
you
league.
next, buddy.
My number 1 was Kenny Atkinson, man. Kenny Atkinson. First year, you come with a team. I think these are the harder jobs to me. When you have a team that's already solidified, that's already had some success, and you trying to figure out a way to elevate them to a whole new level in that first year. Obviously, to go to a Detroit like JB and turn that around is super impressive as well. But I ultimately have to give it to Kenny Atkinson. Nobody expected them to have this type of season. They look totally different. And the way he was able to get the most out of a lot of these guys was just unthought of. I didn't predict that.
Yeah.
Ty Jerome coming in and playing the way he is, Sam Merrill figuring out a comfortability with Isaac Okoro, Dean Wade. That was big to me. I do think that Ime deserves credit. That's why I had him at my number 3. But not having JB as the winner, it hurt a little bit. Yeah. But I had to give it to Kenny. But JB did a hell of a job at Detroit, man.
Kenny was my number 2. I mean, he realistically did a lot. He unlocked Evan Mobley to a level we was all hoping that we could eventually see. And I also think he also makes the right decision. He started DeAndre Hunter those first few games he got there, and he was like, all right, bet. No, we saw what you did in Atlanta. We want you to do exactly what you did in Atlanta. Like, we don't even want you to start. Like, that was a little bit too much for you, so we just going to let you come off the bench, and we just want you to score. And I thought that was up good, because now he has Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter coming off his bench.
Two-headed monster.
That's like this 2-headed monster off the bench.
Yeah, I don't like that some people are diminishing Kenny Atkinson's case because last year the Cavs lost a lot of games due to injury.
Yeah.
But it's not even just getting guys back; it's maximizing those dudes. Like y'all mentioned, Evan Mobley has hit a whole nother jump offensively, and the counting stats may not tell you that necessarily, but where he's playing and how he's playing. Same thing with Darius Garland, who was coming off a really bad season, put him in a position to be the best version of himself. Ultimately, my number 1 is JB, though. To go from one of the worst teams in NBA history to being up like a 6 seed and instilling a culture in just one season long was enough for me to say that he deserves it. And I think that would be his second. Didn't he win it like 2 years ago with the Cavs?
With the Cavs, yeah.
I gave it to JB, so I'm glad he's getting his credit.
Yeah.
Again, I don't even know how, like, it's literally just like proof in the pudding of how much the coaching matters in terms of like Monty Williams being there. just like they just thought it'd be a good opportunity because he is a good coach, but he wasn't invested. And you have to be invested in a team that's going to be struggling and a team that's going to be young, a team that's going to be making mistakes. And JB did that, and it worked out for him. I think the more you show that you're invested in them, they give the same energy back. You know, as they're learning the NBA too. So I was extremely impressed with what JB did. Happy the Detroit Pistons are as good as they are now. I mean, you look at the Eastern Conference. We had a couple teams struggling, like the Sixers or whatever, teams like that.
Magic.
The East could have been really weak this year if some of these teams didn't step up. And the Pistons stepping up, it kind of holstered the Eastern Conference back up. All that being said, JB is my guy. My number 2 is Ime. 3 is JJ Redick.
This guy.
Hey man,
This guy.
hey man.
I like it, man. I like it. I like it.
I didn't consider JJ, but
Yeah,
JJ
I
do
considered
deserve
it.
some
I
love.
like it. I like it.
D-Mill said a lot of good things about Ime in terms of just like bringing out the most, especially defensively. I've seen that a lot with JJ Redick, especially in the first year, and able to. I don't think it's easy at all to be the coach of LeBron James,
But the Lakers.
the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Now you add Luka Doncic in the midst. I don't think it's easy at all to do so, and he did a phenomenal job.
I love the fact that he feels secure. Like this is like the first time in a long time that it feels like y'all coaching position is like secure, and like y'all won't go into the offseason questioning whether or not he's going to be the coach.
I don't know. Give it a year. You never know with the Lakers. I feel like a lot of their people were
Frank Vogel
secure
did
that
win a
first year.
championship. It was like,
We good.
Yeah.
That's just, well, maybe not just a Laker thing. That's a fucking coaching
Hey,
thing.
in
at
one of
this
them
point.
podcasts, LeBron has probably spent like 15, 20 minutes like talking about how good JJ Redick been, especially in that locker room too.
Yeah, JJ does get a lot of credit for, again, maximizing Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, who I feel like have been both really good this season.
I want to say that was a great display of why basketball conversation, when it's healthy, is provoking. Because for the first time ever, I think, on our history of our show, I'm changing my answer now. I'm picking JB Bickerstaff. Y'all did a good job highlighting all of the shit, and I'm gonna make a tweak. We ain't gotta submit our shit until Wednesday.
That's
So
the
they
best
helped
thing is it's
convince
literally
me with
ours,
good conversation. And JB is my number 1. Kenny Atkinson, I'm sorry, you're number
Push
2,
him down
baby.
too. I push, yeah,
JB.
Kenny Atkinson's
I
too.
be feeling wrong because usually the coach of the year goes to the best, more like one of the best teams. Whether it's
We're never going to probably see this again. So
but yeah, just like straight impact. I feel like there's something more when you look at like the seeds. There's like 3 through 6 or whatever, because they don't always have the best talent out there. There's stuff you have to do more.
I also wonder what percentage this is JB being a really good coach and what percentage is Monty Williams being fucking awful last year.
just not mentally even
Just
there.
not-
Yeah,
being
Monty.
there at all.
Yeah, they literally had to give him $120 million for him to be like, bet I'll go.
What I love about JB though,
Yeah.
deeper than like whatever X's and O's or whatever. And my favorite thing about the Pistons now, even though I got to kind of turn it off because I'm about to go to war with them. I'm just joking, by the way, people. People gonna be like, you said that he's going to war? You want to war with us? They have a swag.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the Pistons. They have a swagger. I said that on Teed Up, like, hey, people can be complaining about the Pistons. I like you have to be the villain. Somebody got to play that role. Isaiah Stewart buying into it. They being chippy. They trying to foul. I do think in my Knicks series, I'm a little comfortable because I think we're gonna be able to use that against them. I think we're gonna shoot a lot of free throws. I'm prepared for the referee conversations because the way they hack, we'll have a guy like Jalen Brunson shooting 11 free throws in a game or so. So,
And Jalen do know how to sell.
but I do love that sway.
I'm gonna have to get him in Schedule 1 then.
Oh man, gotta get him a schedule. Well, never mind. You don't really be on schedule one anymore. You rather do 2K tournaments and shit like that. So you're not committed to trapping. You ain't Jeezy. You ain't like me and Terrence and KB with the mindset of trap or die.
Well, I feel like I'm on the wire.
I need you to lock the fuck in.
I had to kill Greg the other day, bro.
What happened?
Man, he run up on me. You got some of that stuff. I say not right now. He pull out the beer bottle.
Same thing he did to you.
Oh,
And I had to put one into him.
I had to get strapped up the other day, man. She was
I am
going
gonna tell y'all we can save a lot of this
fiend.
stuff after the show, but you can't shoot the police.
I've done it.
You done?
Yeah.
I tried. They
I've
didn't
done
let
it
me.
on stream. Was you there that day?
No.
How did you do it? Because I tried.
Bro, I was running away, and I think I was just like, man, you know what? I'm finna just have a shootout with the police.
Me too. I'm like,
And-
I can't go down.
And like I shot the policeman. He failed, and then they pulled out their guns, and I was running to my car. I said, "Please don't shoot! Please don't shoot!" They shot me down.
They killed you?
Please don't
They
shoot
killed you.
after
Yeah,
shooting.
they killed me. Yeah,
He shot first and then
it was the same day. Remember, you was like, "Bro, you have an all-time."
Oh yeah,
stink."
he did have an all-time stinker in that stream. All right, back to my
let's
number
get to
3 for Coach of the Year is Ty Lue. Ty Lue not having Kawhi for more than half
Ty
of the
Lue
season.
deserves
I went with JB. JB was my third.
Okay. Cool.
Another award where it's just like so many good candidates.
Yeah, great year of coaching, man.
Great year of coaching for sure.
What's the next award, man?
Go
DPOY?
DPOY.
I couldn't wait to do this one. I couldn't wait to do this one because I don't think none of y'all got my DPOY.
I went with Evan Mobley. I thought he was like the DPOY for most of the season. When Vic went down for me, just because I think his versatility defensively has been amazing. His length, he's able to play center, power forward, but he's also able to be very good in the pick and roll defense. And I think he's anchoring one of the best defenses in the league. And I think him and Jared Allen together, they don't get in the way of each other. They both anchor that defense together. I think he's a big piece of that.
Yeah, I don't want to give this award out.
There's a lot of good candidates.
It's a lot of good candidates, but no great candidates. There are a lot of great. There are a lot of great defenders in basketball, but nobody is head and shoulders above the competition this season.
Well,
so that's
except
what
for
makes
Vic.
it difficult. Yeah, except for Vic, who obviously can't get it this year. I have Evan Mobley as well. I do believe over the last 2 months, it ain't been as good as it was the first 4.
I have Draymond Green.
There you go.
Draymond Green was my number 2.
I know he kind of just like
Found it. He made his way into it.
he did.
But it's like he is
But-
really good this year.
No, he is.
Yeah, and I think the last, I don't know, especially since Jimmy got there, you're kind of reminded when he's locked in, there's not many better
That's
defenders.
really what it is. And my hesitancy
It's not many better defenders, bro.
with giving it to him, because for the first couple months he was a good defender. He wasn't the greatest defender, and over the last 2 months he has been. So it's like it's a full season award. Should I just let that recency bias make it be that? Well, since Wemby gone down, maybe the recency bias is warranted this year. I have no fucking idea. So I just went with the guy that would have been number 2 this most of the season if Wemby was there, and that was Mobley. But I ain't mad at Draymond because I think he has been the best defender in the world for 2 months. But it's been 2 months.
My defensive player of the year may shock y'all, but
It was Dyson Daniels.
no.
Simon Thompson.
Simon Thompson.
Hey, man.
My defensive player of the year is Simon Thompson.
I'm
for a
clapping
bunch of
that
different
shit up,
reasons.
man.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to say when it comes to an award like this is everybody has different things on what they value defensively. For me personally, in this landscape of basketball, with how sophisticated the offenses are getting with the offensive talent, I really, really value versatility. And for him to be as good of a perimeter defender as he is, and you look at some of the assignment, you look at the majority of the assignments he get on a night in and night out basis. He does a hell of a good job. The rim protection, rim deterrence. He's a defensive playmaker. He's 21. That don't really got shit to do with it, but it just makes it more impressive. And when you look at the responsibility that E-Man, who in the Rockets, who really have vocalized how important defense is to them, and you see the responsibility that they put on him, it just shows you exactly who he is. And then again, I just think he also is a guy that bridges the gap. And what I mean by that is I think he's a guy that analytically, he has data that, supports him. But I also think he's a guy that, like, for somebody like my dad who's never going to have a B-ball index or cleaning the glass or any of that, who's just watching basketball on a Thursday, Friday night, my dad can see that Amin Thompson is out there. You can watch. So he has eye tests, he has the stats, he has advanced stats. And again, it's the versatility. The Rockets, one of the best defenses in the NBA. And then again, for him to be able to have moments, if we wanted to do video proof or show examples, his examples are going to be on Steph Curry.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson, Kevin Durant. I've seen him guard all of these guys. And for me, again, in this landscape, I love it. He's the most versatile defender that I've seen since Ben Simmons was number 2 to Rudy Gobert that season. He just can't guard the post as well because he's
everything
not as big.
you said. I mean, I got him for a later award, like we'll get into, but again, I'm thinking about the other defenders as I'm comparing this player, and I'm just like, there's not many other players that I'm taking over him in a lot of those situations, whether they're guarding Steph or whether they need to be like an assignment guarding a shooter, guarding the pick and roll or whatever. He literally does everything. everything at his size. And again, most versatile defender. I'm right there with you.
I had him number 3 on my ballot.
For me, number 3, I had Dyson Daniels. Especially when, like, he's so damn good at steals, but he also not. Some dudes do that and they just like Dyson Daniels is like
Allen Iverson led the league in steals multiple years.
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
look at him as a
He said
defender.
he didn't give a fuck about your number 3.
How
Maybe he
does
said I
that
had
go?
him number 3. They would say, "Oh, that's
Dyson did like that dude that got 99 steal in 2K. He just
But like he
he's
has
just
99
reaching.
steal, but he's also a very good and versatile defender as well. Like he's not just a steals guy. He's actually like a good on-ball defender. So like I think that's sometimes like like you said, AI led the league in steals, but that doesn't essentially equate to being a good defender. I think Dyson Daniels being able to do both is actually phenomenal.
I agree.
Just like Chris Paul, huh?
Chris Paul was.
Nah, I'm playing.
All right, because I was about to get on ass. I'm in
But who
Thompson.
would you take in the playoffs though?
Hey, bro. When it's rare that I see something like a text that pissed me off. That pissed me off so
I'm gonna get a
much.
context. It was just it was a survey or whatever. Not a survey, it was a poll. And they said, who would you take in the playoffs? It said Chris Paul, Rondo, or Russell Westbrook.
And the poll is heavily Rondo.
Rondo had like 70 to 8% of the vote.
Rondo had 78%. Chris Paul had 19%, and Russell Westbrook had 3%, with almost 2,000 votes. What the fuck did y'all watch?
But you know what's crazy? Yeah, the video that was attached to that underneath that or above the poll was Rondo basically saying in the bubble he told Bron to tell the coach to put him in.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah,
That's all he said. He said, "Man, Bron, you know what I do. You know I'm supposed to be. I'm the only one with a ring out here. I'm supposed to be playing."
And I would say that's
And
probably
that got
true.
him that 80% of the votes.
But
right
even
there.
then, bro, it bothers me because this is not gonna. It's gonna get more skewed in Rondo's favor as time goes on. It's gonna get more skewed in
Playoff
Rondo's
Rondo.
favor.
yeah. That's people love playoff Rondo.
Oh my God. Fuck. People forget they lost the second championship because Rondo.
playoff Rondo, baby.
No, I love Rondo. He just ain't Chris Paul.
Why did
That's
Chris
all.
Paul lose his championship?
He never had a champion. He never had 4 Hall of Famers around him. Or 3 Hall of Famers. But damn it, if he did, I bet you that Celtics team have more than one. Guaranteed.
He would have ran somebody out of town.
Well, they just weren't tough enough.
Blake Griffin is going to the Hall of Fame.
Sure.
He is.
Yeah.
He
Is
is.
DeAndre Jordan?
No.
Okay.
If he go to Hall of Fame, fuck it. Darrick next. 0 point score.
Whoa.
Oh, he might go to Hall of Fame as a teammate.
Derek cannot fuck with DeAndre Jordan on his worst day.
I mean,
This DeAndre Jordan.
Oh,
almost
my
got a
fault.
triple-double.
I'm talking about the podcasting Hall of Fame. Derrick is going to have a case back
Oh,
there.
my man, come on, man. First ballot. Are you shitting me? Not too many podcasts
He
have the
won-
balls to
he
take
won-
the Mavericks against the Celtics. He put his
Derrick won the 2019-2020 podcast Most Improved
Most
Player.
Improved, yeah. No, that wasn't 2019.
Was it? Was it?
That was like
2019?
2 years ago he won.
Yeah.
That was like
Oh,
last year.
2020, 2023, 2023, 2024.
It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2003, 24. 23, 24.
He also won the Iron Man Award for podcasting, not
Yes,
missing
he
an
did.
episode for a
Yes,
year
he did.
straight. So his
Yeah.
resume gonna be nice.
Will he ever win MVP? Could he ever lead a team on his own? He's trying to.
He's tried to for sure. You know, some episode he's like what's the NBA comp?
But no, I'm saying he's trying to because he went and he started his own team.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
he started his own team.
yes. There you go.
You know that caliber, you got to show that you can lead your own team. Got to lead your own show.
Oh hell no.
So I don't want to peek in and Reese over there controlling the game, spoon feeding you.
It's like you and Nurkic and then he Jokic. It's like, we might have to trade Derrick. I mean, this Reese kid is really happy birthday, Reese, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday,
yeah.
Reese.
All right,
Birthday,
yeah,
Reese.
happy
32
birthday,
years old, man.
Old
OJ.
ass.
Damn, he 32?
He
God.
for real?
Yes, he's 32.
Yeah, he just turned
shit.
32 today.
Yeah.
Hey, Reese, I want you to know I was just wearing that Luka Lakers shirt you gave me.
I was wearing my Jalen Brunson one too, yep.
Shout out to Reese, man.
I don't even think
I
Derrick
was
took
sleeping
his
in it.
home.
Yes, I did.
I was just joking. I was just joking.
It was a part of the set for about
For a
2
while,
weeks. For
yeah.
about 2 weeks. All right, next award, let's get into Sixth Man of the Year. The least interest. Oh, no, Clutch Player of the Year exists, so it's not the least interesting.
Devon said you finna let him lead the whole in here. They lying.
Oh, we going to be here for 7 hours trying
Derrick
to
messed up 2 weeks ago. The last pass where he didn't have a segment. They said, don't give his ass a block. I looked at that doc and I laughed. I saw shit, Derrick ain't lead nothing. They said, we try to get out here precisely. We got shit to do.
I would love to see you try to lead a linear show, but also I have to be here for it, so I don't want to see it at the same time.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
50-minute
I
shoot
wanna
turned
see
into 2 hours.
Welcome to the numbers on the board. I want to see the bump read. And next,
The bump read.
will
Oh my
Nikola
God, your
Jokic
bump
be
read
able to
moments.
lead the Nuggets in a 7-game series against yada yada yada? That and more when we get back. I want to see that. I want to see that.
Would you take that responsibility if you saw that doc on Monday?
And it was just my name
It
on
was
everything.
just you.
Nah.
Damn.
That actually feels overwhelming.
What about 3 blocks?
Well, I did it for like the whole first year.
You did. And you
What
the
about
GOAT.
3 blocks?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You got to say appreciate the glaze, KB.
I appreciate the glass. I truly do believe you would be able to do it. You just psyching yourself out. It's really just reading.
It's
right
right
there.
there.
It's reading. That's all
It's
it is.
right there.
You don't have to mix nothing up. You just got to read what's on the paper.
Yeah, I know.
They do
And
a
then
great
when
job.
you lead, you also don't really have to say too much because you got 3 other guys.
Yeah, you
gonna
let them
answer.
talk. You just tee them up for it. It's an easy job. You just got to make sure that you don't fumble up on the second time because you're already 6 minutes into the segment. You can't now fumble.
That's why we have guys like you and Ernie. Like y'all do a great job of hosting.
I do like to think of myself as the Ernie of our group.
And I
Same.
think every team needs Ernie.
I think they do
Like
too.
I think it's literally essential.
They need the facilitator.
Yes, exactly.
So, are you Charles?
You think I'm Charles?
I think you're Charles, and I think he's Shaq, and I think you're Kenny.
Nah, he's not. Shaq be on some crazy
I'm
shit.
Kenny for sure. I
You
can
think
break
you
down the
Kenny?
game. Yeah.
No, I'm not even talking about their basketball
No,
intellect.
that's what
I'm thinking about
but
their
what
roles
you
on
bring
the
to
show.
the show. I
So
think I
that
get
means
a
he's
little
Shaq
deeper.
or Charles.
He
He could be
is-
Charles. You could be Shaq.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what
probably
it
it.
is.
That's probably
That's
I
exactly
like,
what it
I
is.
like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
Yeah, he's Chuck for sure.
Yeah.
Talking about, I don't know, we're all mixtures because you are Kenny. You're Ernie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I have some Kenny mixed with it because I'm gonna go back and forth with D Mills.
I just feel like Shaq just be on some
I
crazy
feel like,
shit.
But Mike,
I
don't
feel like
be
you
on
more
that
so
hate-
the
I don't
Chuck.
be on
'Cause
that
Chuck
hate
really
shit.
just say whatever and how he feeling.
that's true. That's true.
Like I feel like he's
Chuck also be falling asleep on stage.
you do?
he did that
Yes,
like
he did. A few times.
I remember.
The only reason I
one
say
clip.
he was Kenny because Kenny feels like the more reserved of the four.
That's true.
Oh.
And as I was going through that over under, Mike didn't give an answer for like 6 fucking teams.
But see, that's just kind of chill. Kenny don't do that.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's more of a Chuck where Chuck did some talking and didn't pick no team. Just talk and you end up being like, wait, okay, you just talked for 3
You didn't
minutes.
answer the question.
Yeah, what was your answer?
Y'all see they did the pop the balloon with Charles
Yeah,
Barkley?
that was
shit
it was
great.
but
No, I
they did
didn't
it with
see
the
it.
San Antonio women from
Yes.
San Antonio.
It was scripted, but it was
Yeah.
good at the
Oh,
same
okay.
time. You know.
They was pretty much popping because he was. One
I
of them
thought
was like,
he was up there with the Johnny Bananas dude.
No.
One girl was like, "You ain't got no muscles. Where's Shaq at?"
Damn.
And then one of the times he was like, she said something, and she was like, "You lucky I don't get too sensitive." And then the very next person said something about his golf swing. He said,
Oh,
"Well, you know
yeah.
I'm sensitive." Like just the very next cut was him talking about his golf
His golf
swing.
swing do look like it hurt.
But it got progressively
It did.
better. It's so much better now.
It did.
When you think of a golfer and you want to compare swings, who reminds you of Charles Barkley with they swing?
Of us, it's definitely Mike because there's a hitch to it. Mike, the
I
way
shoot
you
it like a
hold
jumper, or I hit it like a jumper.
Oh hell no, we don't want to
How
see that
can you even-
jumper.
How? How's that even possible?
Not even
You shoot like that?
Yeah, they're not even mechanically similar.
But they'll never know. When we went to that simulator and I got that hole in one, it was like a chip shot off like 30
That's
feet.
not a
It
fucking
wasn't. It
hole
wasn't
in
a
one.
hole in one, but it was like a
It wouldn't be a
15-foot
chip shot
chip
if it was a
shot.
hole in one.
Okay.
Next award.
Okay.
Next one, because you just
Okay.
made them people think you
I
had a
don't know,
hole
because
in
when
one.
I
did.
did it though, y'all was all up
It
on
was.
me though.
It was hella impressive, but it definitely was not a
I
hole
did the
in
same
one.
thing three holes later.
He did.
Telling y'all was all over me.
That shit was lucky though.
That shit was so lucky. Oh my god! Oh, you said he was lucky? Oh, that's crazy.
I did it twice that day. Do it twice so they don't think that is luck. Who said
Oh
that?
man. 4-man scramble,
These.
18 holes. What's our
We'll probably go plus 30.
4-man scramble?
I'm
with
not
plus
keeping
30?
score with our group. I'm having fun. I'll let you keep score.
You probably
Four-man
I think-
scramble
I
is when
think-
it takes the best hit, right?
Yes, we're all playing on the same team. We're not plus 30.
You think
You
we'll,
talking about real life?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus 30 is kind of
I think
ridiculous.
we can shoot 6 over.
6 over? Okay.
If we're taking the best shot on all 4 of us, we can shoot 6 over.
Okay.
Yeah, because when we golf together, there's
You're gonna drive it very well. I might hit an iron very well. He might hit the putt. Like I think we can
Yeah.
hit 6 over.
me
We
too.
could.
Especially
We're not taking his shit.
take a
ever.
Terrence. Take a
We would
Terrence.
have to-
Oh,
It would
if
have
we
to
take
be
Terrence,
Terrence.
then we're
Yeah.
because he'll drive the bitch 300
Exactly.
as well.
All I need is somebody
Sean,
to drive
yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
all I need is somebody to drive it. You know what I mean? But I was gonna say when we golf,
I mean, when it was us the other day, we were 3 under through 6 holes.
and we
we
ain't even
were.
take that shit serious.
Yeah. So I mean, and that was a simulator, so it's
It
not the
was a
same. But
simulator, yeah.
Whenever we've gone golfing though, one of us is always doing something in each spot.
yeah,
So the 3 of us may mess up on our drive, but you may have a goated one. A couple of us may be like over putting, then KB may putt his perfectly. So if you taking that best hit from each group, then yeah, I think we'd be all right.
6 men a year.
For me, I went Payton Pritchard, DeAndre Hunter, and Ty Jerome.
I went Payton Pritchard. Payton Pritchard is a 6-man of the year. Deservingly so too. He's had a really good 6-man year. He's also almost like a connected fifth for them. Love the way he's shooting the ball. And I also am never gonna forget Payton Pritchard requesting a trade when they went to the finals, being like, "Man, I need to play." And I love to see him have that mindset and was able to work his way with that same team to the point where now I think he will be the unanimous 6-man of the year guy. So shout out to Payton Pritchard, and they got him on that cheap deal. Boy, you should have waited a little bit, but that's okay.
Mine with Pritchard, Malik Beasley, DeAndre Hunter. That's my 3.
Mine was DeAndre Hunter. Let me finish. DeAndre Hunter.
You squinting and shit?
DeAndre Hunter, Naz Reid, and then I had Payton Pritchard.
Wait, which is the one? Did you go bottom?
DeAndre Hunter.
DeAndre Hunter's your one.
DeAndre Hunter is my top one. He's been the hottest man basically all year off the bench. They had the little stint where they tried to start him, but didn't work out, put him back on the bench, and he's been really phenomenal off there. I also like the fit, too, because a lot of these teams, he's able, like his position doesn't overlap with any of the stars. So he can actually play 30 minutes off the bench. He doesn't have to worry about, like, for Ty Jerome, he's got to have Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell ahead of him.
Ty Jerome ain't eligible anyway, but I get what you mean.
But yeah.
Oh,
But, like,
yeah, the minutes thing. I
He
forget.
fits
yeah.
in position-wise, and he was able to, again, he was putting up 20s, 30s, and
He
super
was.
efficiently, too. So I went with DeAndre.
Yeah, shout out to Naz Reid, though.
Naz
He
Reid is-
deserves some love. I'm
Bro,
glad you got
that
him.
he's a starter. He's not no 6-man, bro.
Yeah,
He is a starter.
He's starting in this league, but, you know, it is what it is. All right.
I had Malik Beasley as well with DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, I'll take Ty Jerome. I'll put Malik Beasley. I
Shout out to
didn't
Malik.
know Ty Jerome. I forgot the qualification thing.
That's so stupid, too, by the way.
It is.
It is, because I wanted to give my boy a lot of love.
Most
Love
improved
me some
player.
Ty Jerome.
For me, MIP, I went Dyson Daniels. I think he's had a phenomenal season. I just think when you talk about him coming from the Pelicans, coming here, he's increased his PPG by 10. And then for him to be in DPOY conversations, I just think this is just a drastic turnaround. I don't think when they traded for Dyson Daniels, they knew that they would get this leap. I knew he was extremely skilled. He's skilled in a lot of areas. And the fact that he's able to showcase it next to Trae Young, I think has been a phenomenal. And I just didn't think he had this type of leap. And the Pelicans just looking at it like, damn, we had this gem, but we just didn't have really like the space to play him. And like, if they really would have just found a way to get that man on the court, they would have been looking at something very nice for the future.
I wanted to give it to the guy you had, but I ultimately I couldn't. Dyson Daniels is my MIP, man. Dyson Daniels is my MIP. If your dude is who I think it is, I have him at number 2.
I have Zubac as my winner of most improved player.
He's my number 2.
Going from, the conversation before the season started, we were thinking like a top 22, 23, maybe 20 center in basketball. No. Motherfucker, he has an All-NBA case this season. He didn't make my list for
He made my
All-NBA.
All-NBA team.
There we go. So he went from a decent starter to potentially make an All-NBA. That is what most improved player, in my opinion, should be. I got love for Cade and how great he's been this season. But Zubac is like the embodiment of what's most improved to me.
Cade didn't make my list, obviously. I wasn't going to put Cade on my list because
I think we all kind of in that agreement of like the way the award is, but he might end up actually winning that.
I think
don't know.
everybody up here understands that Cade is going to win the award, but we don't think that Cade actually fits the qualification of winning an award.
I think the bet odds shifted to Dyson Daniels pretty heavily now. So
Oh, it did? Okay.
I don't know who's going to
I didn't
actually
know.
win it. But I did have Daniels as
think it
my
is
number
Dyson
2.
that starts.
So who you have as your one?
Mine was Dyson Daniels. Then I have Christian Brown.
He was
Brown.
my 3rd.
Then I have Tyler Hero.
Shout out to T Hero.
I had Austin Reeves as my second.
I
I just
like
think the season that Austin Reeves has been having has been phenomenal. I think especially when you talk about him playing next to Luka and LeBron, and even when they're not even in the lineup, he takes his game to another level. His playmaking, his spacing that he provides off the ball. Like, I just think Austin Reeves has been the perfect number 3. And I think when you look at the Lakers, he's no guy that's a slouch. Like you have to like literally game plan for Austin Reeves, even though you know LeBron and Luka on the court. Austin Reeves could still go out and get 30 plus just being right next to them, and you looking at it like, damn, he just killed us like that? Like Austin Reeves just do it so smooth and so quietly that you don't even notice because he's playing next to them.
Yeah, third on the scouting report can still give you 30.
Yeah.
My 2, like I said, Dyson Daniels. My 3 was Ty Jerome. He wasn't even a rotational player last year.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't even play. And now he's one of the most important off the bench guys. And then I did have a 4 for this one because I did want to give Austin Reeves some love as well because he's been phenomenal this year.
Yeah. Christian Brown was my 4th.
Hey,
I mean,
man.
not my third.
Shout out to Christian.
Austin Reeves averaging over 20 PPG this season.
Ty
It's
Jerome.
insane, bro. It's insane.
Listen to me, brother. You ain't winning it this year, but you're going to go in the offseason, you're going to get
Get a
paid,
bag,
you're going to
yeah.
go to a new team, and then you're going to have your most improved year. Because you're going to do it for a whole
Trying to
year
think.
over all of the minutes. You'll be good. Jalen Johnson, I know, bro. I know.
He probably would have won.
Yeah, I know.
If he didn't
I
get
know.
hurt.
Yep.
I know. He looking at this award like, damn.
It was
I
mine.
mean, hey, that's more motivation to come back better next year. I mean, there's still a chance he can win it.
They going to be like, well, look what he did. He ain't that improved. So, we'll see.
Last award, individual award, Clutch Player of the Year,
Oh, Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
I went Jokic.
Jalen
I'm
Brunson.
not mad at it. Jokic was my 2.
I had
Jokic
Jalen
is my
Brunson.
2.
I didn't go.
didn't
On my
go that
docket,
deep.
it has no 3. I just have those 2 guys.
I think I have a 3.
I'm sorry. Josh Giddey for that one shot against the Lakers. There you go.
It's honestly one of the hardest awards to like.
Quantify.
Yeah.
I did
agree.
Ant-Man.
Shout out to Anthony Edwards.
I had Steph as my 3rd.
Oh, shout out to Steph.
Coulda gave
Did he win it last year? I think he won it last year.
Should have gave Trae Young some love. But
I can see that as well. All right, before we get into All NBA and All Defensive, make sure you use the QR code that's on screen to vote for Full Court Press, which is a series our friends at Omaha created following Caitlin Clark, Cardoso, who I never pronounced her first name right, so I'm just going to give her last name, and Kiki Rice during the 2023 season of women's college hoops. The voting ends Thursday, April 17th.
Every vote matters, so make sure you go vote.
Now let's get into All NBA.
you ain't had that same energy when the election.
I did vote.
I'm just no, but you weren't going out and saying every.
I
vote
did. No, I wasn't saying
matters.
that.
I ain't see it.
You was on your P. Diddy stuff.
Whoa.
You crazy.
What?
What's P Diddy stuff?
Vote or die? Oh, not the current P. Diddy. Like in the early 2000s, he had the vote or die shirts and stuff.
Oh.
No, you weren't on the current P. Diddy stuff.
Oh,
My
okay,
fault.
okay,
My
okay.
fault. But he had the vote or die stuff. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was just crazy. Like it's such a negative connotation.
I legitimately
Yeah.
just forgot.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that cabinet for the?
I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, you're not on your P. Diddy stuff. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
So at least as far as I know.
I'm not.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
I'm
First-
sure he said the same shit though.
First team All NBA. I have Jason Tatum,
Yep.
Shai,
Yep.
Jokic, Giannis, and Donovan Mitchell.
Oh,
5 for 5.
5 for 5. What you got?
He took Donovan Mitchell out. He
did.
put LeBron in.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I have Edwards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not
I
mad at
have
that either.
Anthony Edwards in the season he had. We already know what he could do, but adding that 3-ball like that, I don't know.
There. Lead that second team.
LeBron James,
Yeah.
Ant, Cade,
Yep.
Steph, Brunson.
I got Evan Mobley, not Cade.
Same. Damn, P. We 10 for 10.
Oh, we 10 for 10.
We 10 for
Okay,
10.
so you lead this third team, KB.
My third team was Cade,
Yep.
Jaren Jackson Jr.,
Yep.
Karl Anthony Towns,
Yep.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yep. I got
J-Dub.
Zoo, though. I got Zoo.
I got J-Dub.
I got
Damn, we
Zoo.
went 14 for 15. That's crazy.
My
What are y'all
list-
13?
My third team is a little different than y'all's.
Yeah. I'll say first one. My second team was Steph, Donovan Mitchell, LeBron, Mobley, Cat. My third team is Cade, Trae Young, Jalen Brunson, Alperen Sengun, and Zubac.
Oh, wow. Shout out to Trae Young. I'm not mad at it. His case is similar to Harden's in a way, where it's like, who give a damn about my efficiency? I'm the engine of this whole team. You know.
That's what made my third team has Harden, Jaren Jackson, Mobley, Cat, and Halliburton.
Shout out to Hallie. Not making an all-star team and then making All-NBA is
I mean,
crazy.
similar to Sabonis. Sabonis did that, and
Yes.
Siakam did that too.
Yes, he did.
So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, it's
it
possible.
happens every year. It seems like something like that happens.
It's just weird because like this is just this. I don't know how it happens, but
Yeah.
it just happens.
You know, his first 6 weeks of the season were awful. And I just feel like when you voted for stuff, the way you start the season matters so much, especially for an all-star. And then, since like the beginning of January, he's been incredible.
Yeah.
The team is what are they the 4 seed or are they the 5 seed? They're one of the two.
4-5.
I think
4-5 because they
one of
played
the
a Bucks.
Yeah, they're four, they're
Yeah,
four.
one of the 4 or 5.
So he's been great. So
He just told you. Don't say one of them. He just said, tell them. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we got to face some Pacers in the first round.
We. Okay. I thought the Bulls had a matchup for a second.
Wow. Yeah, we is.
He only claimed them when they good.
But
That's
Dame
it.
don't even play no more.
Right, he's a
So
part of the team.
hypothetically, if Dame gets traded, are you still we with the Bucks, or you just
Nah.
okay? Okay, at least you honest.
I can't say fear the deer no more at that point.
You gonna be
They should
driving
go.
up there no more?
Oh, probably because I still
I
enjoy.
know.
I want to go to a playoff game
I
in
want to
Milwaukee
see what you was
this
gonna
year.
say. Somebody asked me was I gonna drive to a
Kid,
Pistons.
you not going to the play-in game?
No.
Y'all was trying to go to see the Pistons versus Knicks?
6-hour drive.
Oh, it's 6
Is
hours.
it 6?
Didn't you say it was 6 hours?
I don't remember. I did it, but I don't remember it being 6
I
hours.
thought you told us it was 6 hours. Yeah.
I know KB not trying to drive back to New York.
The Wi-Fi here is on some BS today, so I couldn't tell you how long it is.
All defensive teams.
Yes.
I
I think we gonna have
I can start out.
the
you
first
wanna
team
start?
might be unanimous if I had to guess, but let's see.
I have Dyson Daniels.
Yes.
Amen
Oh,
Thompson.
yeah.
wait. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong team. Okay, yeah, we good. 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Amen Thompson.
Mhm.
Draymond Green.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yep.
Evan Mobley.
5 for 5.
no.
I'm 4 or 5.
I'm 4 or 5 too.
I thought I was gonna have Jaren Jackson,
Mhm.
and I love versatility. But when you look at what that motherfucker Lou Dort did,
Yeah,
on
That's
night
that was
in,
my
night
tough.
base,
That's exactly who I got on first
when
team.
he don't have the most versatility, but what he focusing on, he does it, and it's fun. I want to give a shout out to the B-Ball Index. This is not a ad or anything like that.
It could be. Pay us.
But what they do that I love, it's one thing to have like stats and but they actually have like data that don't always mean anything, but it's just interesting to see. And when you see a motherfucker that being like a 99 or 100 percentile and like guard and superstar, like guard and star players, they got like a thing that tells
Yeah.
you how often they guard and star players and shit like
Dort
that.
does it every night.
And like a lot of these guys do it every night, but it's like he do it most in the guys who do it. You know what I mean? He guarding stars and 100 percentile.
Yeah.
28.6% of the time he is guarding a star, which is in 100 percentile at an A+ grade. And to me, when you see shit like that and the success, he's just the guy. So I had to put him up there. Because it's one thing, we used to look at positions like, man, you don't get a night off at the point guard position. But in today's league, when you're an elite defender, you're not just guarding your position. So that means that Dort, even if he plays against a team that, oh man, they ain't got no shooting guard, I'm good. No, hell no.
sizing up, he's
you're going
sizing
over
down.
there.
Yeah.
You're going up and down. Like, so.
You got to go from guarding LeBron one day to Giannis the next to guarding Steph to like guarding Brun.
He does it all.
He literally doesn't have an off day.
So I gave him that. And so by
I'm
that
not mad at
default,
it.
Jaren Jackson is on my second team.
Yeah, Jaren's on my second team as well.
Go ahead, Mike.
I gave my first team. My second team is I had Lou Dort, which again
Right.
Swapping out.
Yeah. I had J-Dub.
Same.
Dude is like amazing. I
He
mean, I feel like we had a lot of concerns especially when Chet went down. They didn't have big. He can make up a lot of that size, and he's only like about 6'6", 6'5", which is insane.
He was playing center.
He was.
I got too many cameras and Zubac,
I love that.
and then I got Gobert.
So I had Jaren Jackson,
We almost were perfect, by the way.
Zoo. I gave my boy OG a nod.
Same.
I gave OG a nod too.
I gave
It
Rudy a
hurt my
nod.
heart to not have Tumani Kamara on my
I
side.
I put Kamara on mine.
I put Giannis in there.
Shout out to
I'm not
Giannis.
mad
Giannis
at
in
that.
there.
Yeah, mine is Jaren, OG, Kamara, Rudy, and Zubac.
I wanted to put Kamara in there too, but
Dort,
he's like Dort.
Gobert, Dub, Zoo, OG was my second team.
I like that.
My
man.
third team was Tumani Kamara, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Nembhard, Darrick White, and Chris Dunn, who technically doesn't qualify, but damn it, he's great.
Chris Dunn is the 6'1", 3-and-D
Hey,
wing.
another thing.
Who don't
like,
break
Dunn
that three don't be fault.
remind me of you.
Okay.
Another thing that B-Ball Index got too is to show teammate grades. So like how teammate strength, and it's real good to see like Dyson Daniels, Tumani Kamara, how elite they are, but the teammate the team around them defensively. Ain't
Yeah, I
on
think
shit.
the way we think about DPOY has been flawed for some time. Because, like, how could he be an all defensive player, all DPOY, if his team is 22nd in defense? And it's just hard to guard five positions as one person.
That was Anthony
Yeah.
Davis for as many years as we were as a team defending in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not one person can
He's
do
doing
it,
his
though.
job phenomenally, but the other four motherfuckers.
Yeah, they
Now,
just
if
walk
you
into
if
the
you
rim.
are generational like Rudy Gobert, you can do that.
Yeah, or Vic.
Anthony Davis
Or
just
Vic,
I'm just talking. But yeah,
You cover about 3/4 of the court.
but even Vic's DPOY candidacy wasn't their top four in defense. It was just like I'm that dude. You cannot come to the paint
Dude
when I'm
is
down
blocking
there.
6 shots in a game.
Yeah.
Consistently.
So
Like his on-off numbers defensively were just crazy though.
Last
Like-
thing, all rookie.
So first team for me, I have Ricochet, Castle, Sar, Modest, Ease, Messi.
Not Yves.
No, not you.
Yves.
You said that. Pick a side said too. Like,
Yves.
Yes, they did.
And they said
kept calling
32
us
times.
Yves.
yeah,
instead of Missy, I went Jalen Wells on my first team.
I have
Okay.
Wells and I put Edie there.
So Modest second team? Or did
Yeah, I
you
got
get it on?
Modest second team with Klingon, Ware, Missy, and Carrington.
I got Edie in there.
Yeah, my first team was Castle, Ricochet, Alex Sarr, Khalil Ware, and Edie. And then second was Carrington, Wells, Missy, Klingon, and then I also had Dalton Connect.
Ware, Edie, Missy, Carrington.
You a fucking trip, boy.
Cal Filipowski.
You a trip.
What do you do?
Because he is going to get a Laker in there.
Will you put Don Connect
Yes.
on?
Don't connect. Wait,
Fuck
I-
outta here.
Yes,
Did
he
that
is
just-
crazy, bro.
I didn't even
I didn't
peep.
even
I didn't
hear
peep
it.
Yes, bro.
Oh, I didn't even peep that he said
He
that.
gonna get in there.
You are crazy, bro.
You think he had a better year than who was your
Modest
tougher?
Gonzalez he didn't have up there?
I did have Modest up there.
Wait, am I tripping? Is there
No,
any
no.
argument other than I'm a Lakers
I
fan?
didn't think about Don Connect in the slightest.
Don't connect. Don't even really
and
get
he
PT
ain't have,
no more.
he ain't have a terrible year, but the 10 best rookies,
On
I don't feel like-
February 6th, you was ready to get rid of him.
Was
and now,
I?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking.
Matter of fact,
I didn't think about him personally.
Huh?
I didn't think about Don Connect
Me?
when I
No,
did these two teams.
especially lately, he doesn't even get PT.
I thought about Keyshawn George before I thought about Don Connect.
Yeah,
I ain't
same.
mad at it.
Did you have Jalen Wells?
Yeah,
Did you have Zach Edey?
yeah.
Yeah.
You have Isaiah Collier?
No.
Yeah,
But
that
he
makes sense.
definitely deserves some love. the way
Way
he
more
hooped.
than fucking Don Connect.
Damn, you really went.
You had Donovan Klingon?
Yeah.
You went JJ Redick, DPO. Wow, imagine Coach of the Year and Don Connect. Let your biases show. Damn it, I had Modest on the first team because he's a bull. He don't deserve first team over some of the other dudes.
But Modest has at least had a very.
I mean,
good,
since
good
he became
rookie
an
season.
All-Star, he's averaged 13 points.
He's
per game.
on one of the teams.
I said All-Star started.
He's on one of the
Started.
He's on one of the teams. Don Connect ass ain't on none of these fucking teams, Mike.
I did say All-Star,
But do you, man?
Hey,
It's
he
your
had-
ballot.
He had a 30-point game this season.
Holy shit.
Not many of those rookies had that.
He played 4 minutes last night in a game where the Rockets didn't play anybody.
Oh, man.
Hey man, it's all rookie teams. They'll be all right.
They will be all right because you'll be the only person to give him a vote, so he's not going to actually make the team.
A Laker writer probably gonna give him a vote.
Yeah, he going to get some votes. Yeah, for sure.
Just because he's in LA.
Yeah, because he's in LA. You would trade his ass right now for Mark Williams, though,
Still,
for the playoffs.
Maybe for the right piece here. I said he was on all rookie second team. I didn't say he was untouchable.
That boy trade his ass for a motherfucker, a chef for Schedule 1 to go cook the meth. How about all rookie team?
Yeah, he got one. He got the best nickname in the draft.
Connect Foe is hard.
Man, Twitter gave him that damn name.
I highly doubt they call him that in the locker room.
You see when they asked him what his who got the best nickname, he said, "Shit, me, Connect Four."
He did?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Lil ugly, big shoe ass, foot big as hell.
You know, so we got twin cousins, right?
Oh yeah.
They never looked like twins my entire life because I've been with them so long.
Yeah.
They just posted something on Instagram, P, where they look like I guess they're in a wedding or something, so they got like a full face of glam.
They do.
They look like twins for the first time ever.
A little bit. It's
I can still say who's who,
Yeah.
but like insane.
Is one of
I
them
have no
tall?
idea.
Are they tall? Is one of them taller
They're
than
the
the
same
other? Or they
height.
Nah,
just,
the same height.
Oh,
Insane, right?
You rather yeah.
because we was able to tell Kevin and Kelvin are differently because one was big, one was skinny.
Oh, Bulls and Bulls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clutch Kid. That's his Xbox name.
That's
Clutch
a
Kid.
weak ass name.
Is it still that at 28 years old?
And
He's
it's spelled
clutch
Clutch
kid?
with
Clutch Kid 14.
It was with a C. It was with a C. That's a weak ass name, bro.
Bro, Kyron had the same gamer tag since we was 7.
It's still there?
True Killer 316.
Oh, wow.
Since he was 7. He was telling me about he was playing Gears of War 7 years old. And he has been True Killer
What a
316.
fucking game here. At 7, I was playing the game, but not Gears of War. Playing fucking 2K
Oh, man.
5.
I haven't seen him play Gears of War in a minute.
Because it's dead.
Oh, it's dead?
It's only got one market, and it's like the Latin America market.
Bro, it's only funny because it's only
They're
funny
behind
because
on
I be
gaming.
watching Kyron play Gears of War, and it's just some
No,
connect.
fuck that. What did you just laugh at that for?
Nothing. It was just funny.
The reason I point that out is because as an American, it's tough to play because you're gonna be lagging because you're on their servers. And Gears was one. Gears was one of those games where you need latency to be low because you wall bouncing and stuff.
My dad, hey, fun fact, my dad used to be a big Gears of War fan.
It's a fun ass game. Didn't you play the story mode on stream?
Yeah. I was playing it with Kyron. We kept dying it though.
Because y'all played on Insane or something?
Yeah.
I got a question for you. I think the answer to this question is gonna make your day easy or it's gonna make your day hard.
Damn.
When you playing Schedule 1 on a thing that we do together, my shit is turned off, right?
What do you mean?
My phone ain't blowing. Okay,
yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be missing 75 serves because he
right,
want to
right.
play at 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm already in bed and my phone blowing up talking about, no, never mind.
No, I turn it off. I actually had a day where I did the same thing you were talking about where I turned everything off and you just stuck up.
Yeah.
Stuck
Because
up
when
with
you turn it
everything.
off, your workers who you give it to, they still moving it, right?
Yeah.
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 I think on ours and when I get to, because I've been building my own, I think I'm gonna get to the point where I'm going to always turn it off. I'm not going hand in hand no more. I'm gonna just make a bunch
And give it to dude.
and make. Well, on ours, on mine, I got 2 unlocked. I got 3 unlocked, but I think on me and yours, we got 2. Or did we get the third guy?
I think we got 2. We might.
We might have that third guy without knowing because they have that girl at the RV that I talked to. We trying to unlock her. We might have 3.
We might
So I
have
may
3.
take my meth and the cocaine and I may give it to those 3 and just sit back and just always cook.
We unlocked the downtown or the suburb area. Like I literally just did on the last time I was playing. So
No, we
got some new
unlocked
shit.
the uptown. We already had downtown.
We got something unlocked.
Yeah,
It was
it
like
had to be
we got
uptown.
new customers, and then I think somebody else it said they gave us something else, but I made this weed. It's basically called. It took like a bunch of mixes, whatever, but I call it like the Shaq pack
I saw
because it was like something diesel.
My
was
chat
like the
came
original
into
name.
my thing and said you did meth curry. I like.
Yeah.
I don't like hookah Doncic because that wasn't original. They say you did Shaq Pack and you did Bud Webb. I like Bud.
Bud
Well,
Webb's a good
and
one.
I got Austin Leaves too.
Yeah, and Austin Leaves, they said. See, I ain't go all sports. So on my own, instead of calling it Plug Gilgeous-Alexander, I called it Golden Gateway because I needed to get them to that cocaine. So we, I'm thinking of names.
What did
man.
you have that you had that screenshot of dude look like an alien?
Bro, it's like 8 mixes. It takes 10 minutes to make.
So did you write it down on a piece of paper?
Yes, I have
Yeah,
my
you have
notebook.
to.
I wrote everything down.
I'm not going to no website.
See, no, I don't
I didn't
wanna-
look at the
I
web-
want to discover everything organic.
Me too. I don't want to do no cheat. I don't.
Oh, no,
I did.
no, I haven't even
I'm
know it
trying
existed.
to avoid everything. I watched my first streamer the other day because I didn't want to see nothing.
Yeah.
Terrence was like, "Hey, this dude," so I went and go peek at
The
it.
mixer,
Shroud, yeah,
the
Shroud, yeah.
mixer is so clutch, like the automatic one.
Mm-hmm.
I had it in there doing it for me. He like, "What's this?" Oh, you ain't got to do. I'm
Oh, the
like,
level 2 one?
Yeah.
You was doing everything by hand?
He
I
hired
mean, this
somebody.
was like
Oh,
when I
okay.
first.
But I'm
when
like,
we first
bro,
got
yeah, I
it.
told you. I
Bro,
got
that
new
mixer
shit.
goes
Yeah.
crazy.
You hit that button.
Hit that button, that's
just
all
hit
it
that
really
button and you good.
And you can do 20 at a
Hey,
time.
you gotta
The
see
old
our
mixer's
warehouse,
10.
bro. Our warehouse.
I've been trying to. Yo, I'm gonna get on later. Then go and get on. Don't get on. Terrence waiting for like when am I getting on? I'm trying to. Oh, he probably at the
Bro,
Laker
that's
game.
one thing I wish they had that it could just be saved amongst everybody.
I do too.
Same.
Because
Terrence should decent
Maybe
too,
someday they because it's only one dude
he said
developing.
he's gonna be
He might-
updating it. Like
Yeah.
he's
He
gonna be
already
making
updated
concept
it.
updated.
Did you buy any jewelry yet?
You can buy like jewelry.
No, but I was
and you
about
can
to.
go-
I seen it. It was like a gold chain. I think it was like 5,000 or whatever.
So because I did see that dude Stroud on Instagram. I mean on
You
Twitter.
said Shroud?
Yeah.
That's funny. You was watching Shroud.
See that's
That don't even make sense. Like I don't even think.
Shroud is a shooter guy,
Yeah.
and but
Dude.
everybody's playing this game
I'm
right
taking
now.
something out of his page
What?
and I'm gonna bring it to ours. I already did it in mine. I'm gonna just take since you can't have all of that money go to the bank anyway. I'm gonna just spend a bunch at once and just keep the warehouse like the gas station. Instead of having to go to the gas station, no, the gas station is the warehouse.
You got like 6
I'm starting to do
cases
that
of the same stuff.
Every
told you.
fucking thing.
I made.
So when
this
I
re-
restock, it ain't because we don't have no more. It's because we're down to 10.
You got to see the warehouse, bro. I've been starting like I low key got it set out for us to do that. I do be like, so when I be making my mixes, I do be feeling like that should go back like immediately. Like you have to make constant store runs or whatever. Even with the van, we got to get another one, by the way.
That's fine.
But
we got enough.
we got like, I think we got like 5 or 6 mixers in our warehouse though.
Oh,
So it's
perfect.
just I was making them Shaq packs like real quick. Like I said, it take a lot of time. But I was like,
Have y'all discovered how to have them mix for you?
it's so hard. I said I'm just doing it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I like to
never
do it
figured it
myself.
out.
Yeah, it's
It would be
tough.
so
Somebody was trying to explain it to
beneficial
me.
if I could.
Yeah,
though.
if you could be like, bro, take this and put it in this when it's done. But they don't get
mine
it.
goes banana, Coke, pills, gas, Coke. What's after Coke? What's after Coke? What's after Coke? Coke. I forget. But it's 3 more mixes after that. It goes something, horse, and then bean. Oh, but battery, horse, bean. That's all. That's so many mixes, and
So
I'm sitting there for 10 minutes
8 mixes, right?
to make it happen. And I got like 5 stations, so I'm doing it here, they're going there, and doing there, then there.
Yeah.
The good thing is because I got so much, by the time I'm done mixing on this one, the first one needs to be
It's
reset.
done.
So I
Right.
just be.
That's what
doing
I
it
was
that way.
doing, and I got like
Assembly
a
line,
bunch of
yeah.
that stuff. But again, it takes so long that it's like I got like I think it's 3 things I need for mine. For you to say you need 8 is insane.
Yeah, I was in there making shit because I was just adding shit. Like, what I'm trying to make the most expensive weed
Right.
I can right now, and I was just experimenting. And I'm like, bro, I can't do this because I forgot what I just mixed.
Yeah.
You know what I've been doing lately?
So I'm gonna write it down from now.
So I'll schedule all my deals for 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. because they won't
cook
never
overnight.
expire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No,
never
'cause they just
expired.
won't
Yeah.
expire.
That's why I used to tell you why you do that shit at night when you can just have it in the day. As soon as it get nighttime, you can tell them meet me tomorrow afternoon.
Yep.
So you never have to be at night.
They
running
never
away from
gonna
the
be
No,
like,
police.
no. I'm saying, look, you schedule every. So I had invited A Books. It's like 1, 2 in the morning. We just on.
Hey, stop having all these random motherfuckers in that warehouse because you don't know who working with who. That's just
Hey, I
playing.
made sure he put that money on that.
Oh,
that
okay,
thing.
yeah, because let them know when P get there.
But anyway, so
fuck,
I'll accept every deal.
Darrick, no, I had to fuck my own homie about that bread.
I accept every deal and I schedule it from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Because at 4 a.m. the clock just stops
Yes.
because you have to progress to the next day. So you never run out of time. So I can complete all my deals and get the extra curfew bonus too. So I be making like 20 bands just off
I see what
weed.
you mean. I see what you mean. So you out there running during curfew.
Yeah,
Because they'll just be standing
They'll
around.
just be standing
Yeah.
all day, so they'll never run out.
That's a good. That's actually not
And
bad.
then
of
like
an
during the
idea.
morning, you can also adjust it to where like you can sleep.
So
can
you
do a certain
have the
time.
benefit of going out at night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Because
it's
I
hard.
used to be like, Mike is crazy. Because
It
the
do be
city is
hard.
asleep. So the police on every fucking block, their attention all on you.
That's why y'all keep dying.
Yeah, it do be dangerous, but it.
At
Like
least
I
he
said, I
made
was
it.
bringing like 20, 25 bands.
But
in
that
just
means
off
he
weed.
added that bonus because it wasn't always there.
What do you mean?
That late night bonus was not always there.
It was.
No, it
it's
was there.
called,
It's a curfew bonus.
No, I know. But when we first started playing, that shit was not on that game, bro.
It was something like that.
It was?
Yeah, 'cause
I remember that
It was
early
like the
bonus.
fast.
Yes,
fast
No, it was
delivery
a curfew
bonus.
bonus because I remember somebody was in my chat saying there's no benefit to doing it at night except you get the fat bonus or whatever.
Oh, I see. I
So
never-
yeah,
I
I
never-
remember that.
Interesting.
That's why I be waiting sometimes. They be like, shit,
Have you
what
bought a
time is it?
gun yet to protect
Yeah, I
yourself?
haven't.
Okay.
I don't like how you have to like the ammo takes up another inventory.
Yeah, I hate
spot.
that too.
Me too, bro. That's some. I also wish you can hire
Like security.
a
or something.
driver. It would be so easy
Like
to
drop
just
me off here.
Yeah, or it would just be so easy to
I was
say
thinking the other way, like how hard would it be for them to add one of them workers that just goes to the store for you?
a runner.
Yeah.
but they're gonna
You
say
can do
got
deliveries.
deliveries.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
But
true,
delivery
true.
takes 6 hours.
That's
in
the
game
only
time.
thing,
So
yeah.
But I'm talking about I need a
Delivery-
higher dude. He
because you
I don't know.
got the
we
delivery
really
fee.
jug it, Austin.
It's like 200 delivery.
He
fee.
say it's expensive. That little $200 delivery ain't shit. I'm gonna
Boy, I
make
be
that back
going-
on one
hey,
rock.
I be calling up what's the name? Albert Hoover.
Yeah.
I be calling them up saying I need to get the meat up.
I'll
I
be
be
right
like
there.
30 packs
I'll
off
be.
him.
He said I'll be
Oh,
under the bridge for the next
tweaking.
6 hours.
I'm tweaking.
What?
Did you hear what I heard? Okay.
What?
You say you need him to get the meat up, but you mean like to meet him. But I was thinking
The meat up.
the meet up.
Yeah, yeah. Because you can meet up or you can drop
So
it.
this-
One thing I did was in my notebook, I wrote down every single client in every single spot. Because one thing I hated with being in the warehouse, accepting something, and it's at the apartments on the other side of town, where I like delegated all of my runners for a specific
the area,
spot.
right?
So like
Yeah.
I never go to that. Molly, that's her name, right?
She
Molly
got
got
that
every single
west-
customer on that side of the town.
west side,
I ain't
yeah.
been there in like 2 days, 2 real life
So you
days.
don't go to the bungalow?
I
no
don't
more?
go to the bungalow at all.
Okay.
It's either the
It's
warehouse.
vacant? Nobody's in the bungalow?
Nothing's there. I'm gonna put a something in there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
hire people to just keep it running. But right now it's nothing.
Oh,
I got
okay.
warehouse and I got barn. The only two I'm like doing.
That's what I
stuff
was
out
gonna
of.
tell you. The next time we get on that game, we can buy and set up the shit. I'm buying a barn.
I'd rather buy first, man.
What?
Those properties.
Oh, we do got to launder our money.
The property's
Because
worth it.
Yeah.
I bought. Oh no, you got the post office, and I've
Yeah.
been doing that. So like I've been doing like the little 6,000,
That's
and when it's
6
over,
and 2, that's 8,000 a day. 'Cause we
no.
got
So that was it's 4 and 2 is the ones we got.
Oh,
so we
so
can
it
only
makes
do 6.
6,000.
The taco ticklers that does
That's 8,
8,000
yeah.
a day. And
That's
then
it?
Yeah.
The
But
other
I mean,
one
it's
before-
50,000, so
when
I
you-
thought it was going to be 10 at
When
the
you
least.
add them all together, it starts to
So
make
yeah, that's
Yeah.
8, 4, 2. That's about 15, 14.
It goes 8, 6, 4, 2. What's the third one? It's like a car wash.
Car wash.
It
Yeah,
is
car wash is 6.
8, 6, 4, 2.
Laundromat is 2.
So you're doing around like once you have everything, and then you also do the 10,000. You're probably doing like over 25,000 a day.
But
just
the
putting into
problem
bank.
is, I'm at this point, I'm making that more than that in a day on my sales. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think
so.
you're
I'm
ever
always
gonna
gonna be
able,
behind.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to equally
I mean,
do it.
you need cash to go to the warehouse to buy shit
Exactly.
anyway.
Yep.
So.
We also put our cash out. We don't hold it, if that makes sense. We put it on shelves.
Oh, okay.
And you can now buy at the jewelry place a safe. So we
Oh,
can
I
put
didn't
our
know that.
money and put it in
yeah,
the safe.
Bet.
Yeah, but we had Terrence and Darrick, and John, we had them empty in their pocket. Don't walk around with that money. Put that shit on the shelf, because me and Mike gonna have to do something with it. Because Darrick like to go trick off. Talking about he finna go eat at Taco Ticklers.
Terrence talking about the casino made sense, right? Because you have to make
went.
deliveries behind it. I never knew it ever opened.
Yeah.
I was gambling. We need to go in there and just play like $500 hands of blackjack together.
Oh, you could actually play at the casino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was winning and losing, but it was fun.
It was very fun, and it's not real money, so you
No,
don't feel
yeah.
guilty about betting it.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I lost. It was like that was like 10 rounds of work right there. That was 10 rounds.
I
Well,
remember when
nothing
we was
be
gambling
worse
at
than
P,
when I get-
P
when I-
Penthouse and his at
GTA.
GTA.
That was different. That was way different than this one. To have it in your crib is crazy. I want him to do that too. I think I would love to buy a crib where I don't have drugs in. Like just go to sleep
Bro,
over
on
here.
some real shit. The last stream I was in, I was like, man, I'm trying to save up because I want to buy like the $40,000 car or whatever, just so I can have that bitch in the
Right,
driveway.
yeah, just have
and I have
something
my
decent.
van if I need to
You
go to
feel
the
me?
store.
Just have it in the drive.
But that's
like-
how much I had, and I was just like, man, this shit got to go in the bank somehow.
They got the towers, I think, that look expensive by where the mayor live, and I'm like, I would love to get a crib over
I seen that
there.
they had the golden toilet you can buy.
Yeah, you got to go
see
to the
that?
toilet you can
Yeah.
buy. Yep. No, you can buy a mansion.
50,000.
We gotta buy that.
That's simple. That's chump change. Yeah.
We got to get that, Mike.
Bet.
I like that he's updating it though. That
That's
makes
dope.
me so
That's
happy.
super dope. That, if like,
It won't die that
And I was
fast.
saying,
won't
like,
die.
they're gonna get investors and people that want to get in on that. So
I don't know how the game ever dies if he's going to keep updating it though.
I just think you get bored eventually.
Yeah,
That's
there's
all.
no end goal.
Not now, but if he makes one, if he sees a decline, he's like, you know what, fuck it, the SWAT team is coming to raid your crib. Motherfuckers or them people that's looking for you come and try to kill you and your clique,
What if he
and now
added
you
a-
need 4 guys to play.
Because we
What if they
still
had
ain't
an
seen.
online version where it's like you got to control your territories or
Oh,
some
that would be
shit?
kind of fun.
I will say the one thing
You can make that happen with your guys by themselves.
Yeah.
that can make it seem like crazy to say, I do wish the police was not as stupid. I think that makes it a little bit
Yeah.
more difficult to
I
where
think
it
it's
don't get
also
boring.
it's not so that they're tough; they're just annoying, which I think it has its
Yeah.
own value.
But they are stupid because it's like if you're gonna police. But like they fake police and
They only looking for me. It be 2 a.m. They say it's a curfew.
I got a
Listen,
cook
I'm
outside
hella
I'm
people just-
serving somebody else
who's outside.
who's
yeah.
outside, and it's like they only looking at
Benji,
me.
I go to Benji
Benji
door, he's
be
out
moving
serving
that work, yeah.
at 5 o'clock in the morning, but he cool. I got a dude with a hazmat suit outside my house
Racism.
cooking meth, and y'all walk past him all night, and he's fine.
And make it realistic too. I'm serving somebody. They just get the weed or whatever. I'm pickpocketing.
they talking about,
I pickpocket, I get it back. But or like I'll mess up on it. They start calling the police. Who calls the police after
'Cause
you
you
just
got-
bought drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
too.
just bought some drugs and he stole it back.
But y'all be doing that? Hey,
That's
that's
my-
the rawest shit,
that's
bro.
my
I
new thing.
pickpocket that shit back.
That's my new
Hey,
thing in Terrence.
Give
shit.
me that shit back.
I respect my customers.
I don't take it back, but I take their money.
The money be so easy.
It'd be like $22 though.
No, sometimes they be having
put
like
your
a
gun-
60 on them. I be like, yeah, I need
You put your
that.
gun on them, they drop down like, oh, and you get
for
behind
real?
their butt, pickpocket. But when you miss, they be like, yeah, I'm picking up. You know what I do?
And they call you the
I
next
just
day
be
like, you
thinking
got
it's
some of
so
that
funny.
stuff still?
Yep.
Because I don't waste no time. I literally serve them, and I just walk right behind them. It's
You
just
was a
like,
shady motherfucker.
I walk right behind them so they
What
start
you do when
walking
you
on.
get caught? Run.
Yeah, I just run.
You know what I do, right?
what?
Shoot their ass till they die.
That's why I got a gun, because I had did that, and somebody started chasing me with a broken beer bottle.
That was Greg.
Greg
I had
has
to get
a
it. I had to
fame.
get a shot at
It's
that.
also crazy that you can kill somebody and next day they'll be at your door telling you, I just need some of your work. I just shot you in the face yesterday.
I be pulling into the warehouse quick as hell because they had like the little garage that opened up.
Yeah.
I be zooming in there and the workers be going back and forth. I be hitting the workers. They be just like, ouch.
They
and then
don't
they
care.
just get back up. And
I
As
start
long
punched
as you get their money in their bed.
I punched Terry's
That
worker and he
little
told me some
$200.
ouch.
$20 a day is a lot.
I think it varies, right?
God
Somebody's
bless
like
you.
350.
$300 for the
Yeah.
meth guy and $200
The
for
garbage
weed
shoot is
guy.
$100. I love that garbage dude because I hate cleaning up.
Same. All right, well, we appreciate y'all watching and listening to the episode. There's numbers on the board. Let us know what you agree or disagree with when it comes to the NBA awards.
And go
We out.
vote.
Peace.